Are we on the air? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Press Box. I'm here with Riddell, Trent, Random, and welcome back. Our dog Jalen is back from his European tour. Jalen, welcome back, my brother. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Just got caught up in all the basketball, football news that I have been missing. A lot has seemed to happen. But glad to be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, bet. So, fellas, we're gonna get right into it because I think this is a big topic. I think it pushes a lot of propaganda, and I think, listen, Dak Prescott. It doesn't seem like Jerry Jones is gonna extend that contract, and Dak is set to be a free agent with
My
this
next
news
season?
next season. Yes, with this news, is this showing how much pressure is on this season for the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott? And also, does this show a lack of faith by Jerry Jones and ownership in their franchise quarterback that they haven't gotten a deal done? Because usually an extension is done. Don't really let it get to the last year of a contract. You don't usually let it get to this part. You try to secure it up earlier because of the amount of money that quarterbacks get and things like that. And then also, too, you try to front load or back load a contract in order to save some money in terms of being able to bring in other players around said quarterback. So, Jalen, I'll leave this question to you, and we'll give it you the floor since you're back, brother. What do you think about all that?
Yeah, so I think there's definitely indication that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are definitely maybe on their last straw with Dak Prescott. I think they've been in a kind of a win now mode for a while now. Dak Prescott hasn't gotten done. So in their heads, they're like, all right, we're gonna give him one more year. If he doesn't win at least a playoff game, I think he's out for sure. They miss the playoffs, he's gone for sure. If they lose the first playoff game, he's gone for sure. If he wins one, I think then they'll probably sign him to an extension. But it's definitely one of those situations where they're just so talented that I think for this season, they still think they could win with Dak Prescott, but they just want to wait and see before giving him a huge contract because regardless whether it's them, he's going to get paid. We saw the Kirk Cousins deal, what he got. So Dak Prescott, even if he does lose a playoff game, there's going to be some team out there I think that's going to offer him $200 million guaranteed, if not more, just for the talent that he is and the numbers that he does put up. But in terms of the Cowboys, this is the make or break year for them, and if he doesn't win, they're probably going to move off him. Good quarterback class coming in, so they probably draft a quarterback or maybe even a sign and trade, if they do one of those.
Hey, man. So Dak and the Cowboys, I mean, we heard this story before. Y'all remember a couple years ago, there was a whole thing about Dak and his contract and Jerry saying, I'm not going to bring you in. And eventually he did bring him in and gave him this huge contract. Well, since then, Jerry just proved himself right because they didn't do shit afterwards. So it's tough for the Cowboys right now. And I think Jerry Jones is looking at another team that people say is the other version of the Cowboys and is like, maybe we should just get a young guy and build an overall good roster and maybe go that route. Because if Dak can't win with this team, then at this point, might as well just go young and go from there, basically. Especially since we know in the draft coming up that there is a certain guy that people are already tying to the Cowboys because he's high profile. The Cowboys are high profile.
I smell it.
Hey, so I think Jerry Jones is smelling it too, man. So it's like, hey.
Did somebody smell that? Smells like they cooking, man. It smells like they.
Will they have a high enough draft pick though? Because I still expect them to have a 20. Their draft pick will be bottom 10, if not bottom 5.
Trades. I think they're gonna go
trade. They can trade up if they want.
They're gonna trade the house to get that man Shador, man.
But they'll have all the tools and the players. I'm telling you. Listen, word to Terrence, they get rid of Micah to get Shador.
I mean, hey, that's
no.
It might take that. It really might take that, though. It might take that.
I'll be
we'll bring Terrence when that happens. Bring him on the pod.
What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts on that, Random, Trent?
I mean, to answer your question about like the expectations, it's like every year when they get a good team, go win a Super Bowl, and I think it's about this time we about to just like how they did Tony Romo, they about to do it to Dak. They don't win, mind you. Dak been in the league since I was in the 8th grade. I'm technically a sophomore in college or about to be a junior, and they haven't won shit. So, I mean, I think it's about to be about that time. If they don't win anything, yeah, Dak might be a better. That's just what it is. And I think Jerry Jones might just be getting tired. He might have to go with somebody new.
Go ahead, Randall.
I think the crazy part is I want to see Jerry actually do it. I think he's gonna crack because the last time we saw it, Jerry had a chance to avoid the whole nonsense of Dak's last contract year, and he drug it out, and then he ended up overpaying Dak, and now he's paying for it. The most notable thing that Dak has done since becoming a Dallas Cowboy was technically retire Tom Brady. That's the most notable thing he's done. Unless you're for real gonna so if you're gonna do this and you're gonna let Dak go, which we don't even see quarterbacks for real. We don't really see quarterbacks like this really hit the market at this rate. If you're gonna do that, then you better get him. Then you better get Shador. I need you to, because I know this is gonna sound crazy. I understand Dak is not top 10, but if you're not gonna get Shador, what else are you gonna do? Who else is out there? I'm for real.
Wait, hold on, time out. What pick do we saying the Cowboys gonna have?
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have the 25th, 26th pick, I think, something like that.
That's my thing.
I'm gonna be honest. If Shador has the season, I think he's gonna have. I don't think he's making it to the 25th.
Yeah, he might go top 5, top 3. Shador.
So that's why I'm saying, like, if you're gonna do this,
then
then you need to be fully committed to getting the pick that's gonna get Shador. Or else you're gonna be saying at the end of the season, Dak's testing free agency.
They're not gonna lose on purpose. They're not gonna do.
No, they're not gonna tank. No, they're not going. They're not tanking the season.
But this is the problem that they're doing right now. So so you don't resign Dak. Let's just say it ends up the exact same way this season went. I was gonna say a team like the Titans, but they got Baby Elway. But a team like of that ilk, a middle of the pack team's gonna walk up to Dak and be like, "Here's 200, like it's done. Here's $200 million because you're a better quarterback than we've had in a while." And all of a sudden, is Jerry Jones going to match that? If they're 25th and the asking price to get to potentially a top 5 pick is ridiculous,
right?
Nah, you're not.
I don't think Jerry Jones is going to do that. So this is where I'm sitting like, you're playing with fire. Maybe just resign him earlier and have an out after the season, and do something like that. But now you've put yourself in a really this or that position.
No, he needs to earn it. Hey, Jerry Jones, don't give him money. He needs to earn it. And Jalen, you said it's unrealistic. I mean, the Vikings are the perfect example. You trade and get another first-round pick so you can trade up and get in that top 5. That's exactly what the Vikings are trying to do. So the Cowboys could do the exact same thing.
I just think the Shador hype, though. Hold on, the Shador hype is going to go crazy. Hold on. If Colorado ends up being as good as we think they are, they're going to be in national championship conversations. They might make the playoffs. If Shador does things like that, Shador might be the first overall pick.
Jalen, relax yourself.
And no one's going to pay. No one's taking that pick.
Wait, real quick, Riddle. You said Dak needs to earn what again?
This next contract for Jerry.
All right.
Yeah, for Jerry.
Why do you say that?
It's purely based off him being on the Cowboys, man. Because we already know that Dak is good, but sometimes in the playoffs that pressure gets to him. That starts hitting his head a little too hard, and he starts fumbling under the pressure. So Dak Prescott, when it comes to the Cowboys, when it comes to how good people say he is, and when it comes to the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are supposed to win the Super Bowl every year, if they don't win a playoff game, if they don't win 2 playoff games,
let me ask you this, Riddle.
He's not getting another contract with the Cowboys. They're moving on.
Let me ask you this, right? Because by that same logic, do you think Kirk deserved that $180 million contract?
Go ahead.
Kirk,
but by that same logic,
Kirk Cousins got a little bit too much.
Oh my God, bro.
You can tell that shit hurt coming out of his mouth.
J-Rob, you said J-Rob, you know I'm
coming out of his mouth, bro.
But hold on.
To see his face, though, that shit hurt him.
Let's be clear. The difference between Kirk and Dak is one, obviously quality of teams, but also expectation. Nobody thought that the Kirk Cousins Vikings should be winning a Super Bowl or even making it far in the playoffs. The expectations every year since his rookie year, to be honest, is make it far in the playoffs, potentially win a Super Bowl. That's just the name of the game that Dak Prescott was in. So that's the biggest thing in this equation.
But I think also it's a narrative that we have created about. Let's get something clear. Jerry, he has his problems, and we all have reasons to criticize him. But Jerry Jones knows ball, and in the history of Cowboys, since Jerry Jones has been there, when Jerry Jones don't want to pay you, it's a reason why. When Jerry Jones know you're good and you deserve it, he don't. Tony Romo didn't have to wait for no money. She ain't got to wait for no money. When Jerry Jones think you're a stud, they don't have to wait for no money.
Especially if they
draft you. He pays you. Everybody who he played around with the money and took his time on, Zeke, look how it came out. Zeke, as soon as he held out, as soon as he gave his money, Zeke was running like he had bricks in his back pocket. He didn't want to pay Dak Prescott. He paid Dak Prescott. What does Dak do? Absolutely nothing. Shows you countless times he's not the guy. Most of the time when Jerry Jones doesn't want to pay you, it's a reason because Jerry Jones ain't scared of giving no money out. If he believes in you, he gives it up. But a man like Jerry Jones at his age and with his mindset, the way he's seen the game, he's the type of guy that like, if you ain't got it, he got that it factor type of thing. If you ain't got it, he can tell. And if he's struggling to pay you, it's because he really, in his heart of hearts, does not think you can do it. So he'll draw it out. But when he know you got it and he believes in you, the bag is on the way. The brick truck's on the way. And we all know this about Jerry Jones, but we've created this thing where, like, as if he don't know ball. A lot of the people he don't pay is the reason he don't pay them, y'all.
He's a great – I know the biggest problem with Jerry Jones is ironically, the other stuff that he runs around his team. You heard that thing about Dalton Schultz where he would have like displays of tours watching the Cowboys work out in the offseason, how he runs it. There are times where obviously the team is a business, but there are also times where football work needs to be done. And Jerry Jones really likes to blend that to a point where it's definitely a problem. Plus, was it Shannon and Ocho talked about it on Nightcap the other day. You need to stop putting extra pressure. There's already got a lot of pressure because you have the star on your helmet. And we've already understood that you lost the Jimmy Johnson like discussion a long time ago, but you trying to force it doesn't help.
No,
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. If you're dating a woman random and she tell you fine every day, even if you ain't fine, she need to do that. That's your girl. She supposed to believe in you. She supposed to say you the finest man moving on earth. As an owner of a football team, I'm supposed to say we going to the bowl every year. I don't want to hear that. Put too much pressure. If you good enough, you'll overcome the pressure.
But okay, so then how come
James was the chosen one his whole life, and what did he do? Became one of the greatest players.
No, but look at the guy who's completely done it on the opposite side of him. And I understand now his stocks are low, but Robert Kraft understood his lane. He stayed the hell out of it, and it worked. He has the greatest dynasty of all time. Now he's fumbling it. That dynasty documentary was trash, whatever. But he stayed out of his lane. You could pick players, but then when you have patsies as your head coaches, we all know he kept Jason Garrett way too long in his thing. We still have questions about Mike McCarthy, and it seems like he wants to have the credit so bad that it hurts his team. That's Jerry Jones's biggest problem. Am I lying here?
I agree with a little give and take with it too, because I hear you. I think we've all criticized Jerry Jones on this platform, but at the same time, that criticism also comes into the fact that the Cowboys are the number one marketable team in the NFL and in America. I mean, regardless if Jerry Jones shuts up and doesn't say anything, the pressure will still there. That's what's going to be the situation.
You don't need to add on to that.
What does that do? Like, oh man, Jerry Jones said something, bro. You already have the pressure. Everybody thinks you're winning the Super Bowl every year. It is what it is. Jerry Jones saying this
every year. The greatest lie the NFL tells every year is that the Cowboys truly have a chance. That's the greatest lie the NFL tells.
That's what happened.
Oh, wait. That boy Riddell said criticize him. What the hell? Who? What? You mean criticism? Criticize him. Who? Where's that? Where'd they get that from? What? You say criticize him. Who does that? What is that about? What word is that for?
Criticize?
I'm so confused what you're talking about.
I think you
said the word wrong, Riddell. That's what you on your ass about.
What did I say? You
said criticize. Is that
criticism, bro?
You mean criticism? Oh, okay, yeah.
I just think Jerry Jones needs to. He's a little too hands-on. Jerry Jones is definitely too hands-on in football. Jerry Jones is too hands-on in football. He needs to hire a president of football operations that he fully trusts. Stay out of it. Go enjoy your billionaire life. Be an owner, and don't get involved in kind of all the football.
But can I say his son, or else we be talking about Johnny Manziel being the greatest dress.
I gotta push back. I gotta push back in this regard though, because obviously, I've come up here and criticized Jerry Jones for maybe sometimes being too involved, and one of the reasons why I said I could never see a Bill Belichick coming here is because he ain't gonna have Jerry Jones is the type of owner who will ask you about personnel and what's going on. And some people want an owner that just kind of stays out the way, a nerd, don't care about the game. But also at the same time, they've had some pretty damn good rosters. Even over and the reality of it, this, and I'm gonna say really the entirety
he drafts well.
Yeah, that I could imagine, we take a lot of stuff about Jerry Jones, but I was just about to say that early just said he ain't really picking a lot of he has think about some of his first round picks. I don't think he's picked a bunch of bad first round picks.
All pros.
Yeah, he hasn't really done a terrible job. Obviously, there's more moving parts to it. So I don't want to say his eye for football is like trash, because I do think when you think of an owner, some people say he don't have an eye for the game. I don't want to do that to him because he's been around for a while. I think he's deserved at least that credit. However, you know how this game goes, fellas. I think we've all agreed to where the game is headed. If the quarterback is not able to make plays to lead the way, it's hard for you to get behind them because the quarterback has to make enough plays in order for their team to win and things like that. And Dak Prescott not showing up in big games is really the reason why he's not paying him. And I think they made a good analogy about, if that's your woman, you go all in, or you only looking at her, or you going to give her a ring to double down, that you want to be with her. The fact that they're going to let his contract play into free agency, I think that's very telling.
Is this his last year?
Yes, this is his last year on his contract.
And I think this is very telling because, one, if Jerry and them don't get a deal done, I think there's going to be some bad blood going into the year. But not only just that, I think we got to realize, like, maybe Jerry is, and I'm not trying to over-speculate, but I got to add a little discourse. Maybe he is looking at this Shador situation next season. Because let's be real with you. If it was already packed to go to a Cowboys game, imagine Shador Sanders is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Bro, it would be, I'm going to be honest, how could the NFL not schedule them for every America's game of the week or night game or Thursday night game? You're going to steal every primetime game that you have with this kid.
But J-Ron, I think not only Shador goes,
that brings money.
I think Shiloh goes too.
Oh, yeah, they're going to try.
I think they grab both of them.
Both. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I really wouldn't be surprised. Listen, the reality of it is, if they're not bringing in, I'm going to be honest, I think in no world that if the Cowboys don't extend Dak Prescott by before the season starts or end of next season, I don't see how they're not letting Jerry Jones first pick. Because, he picks the first pick. Every first round is Jerry's pick. I don't know if people know that. So, Jerry going to take that.
They got the pieces. Yeah. Y'all just got fooled by Deron Bland this year. Trust me, they have the pieces. He can get rid of a Micah, Deron, and some picks and get that first round pick. I promise y'all that. They got the squad. And for Shador, and I feel like Shador is the guy that I can trade Simi for the next 10 years, even if Jerry don't live that long. He'll get a Shador and trade some assets because he can always draft good and get built around him. He's done it time and time again.
And I'm gonna add another quarterback because let's just say something happened with Shador, he slips in the draft, whatever. And Quinn Ewers. I was just about to say he played at Texas. You know what I'm saying? He played at Texas. If he goes to the Cowboys, that's going to be a big deal too. Because I think he's also from Texas. He's a Texas kid. So, when you look at all the culmination of things, I truly feel like the Cowboys are headed in the direction of discourse this season. I don't think it's going to be a good year for the Cowboys because this contract thing, it causes rifts. I think that is felt in the locker room, and this is going to be the worst part of it. Every bad game that plays next season, this why they ain't paying you. This why they ain't extending you. You're going to hear that all season long. So
I got another theory, J-Rob. If they don't believe they'd be bad enough to get Shador, I wouldn't be surprised the Cowboys picked up JJ McCarthy this season. This draft. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hell no.
Got him behind Dak for a year? Why not?
Actually, you know what?
Cowboys never trade up, bro.
That's perfect. That's perfect because that's going to lead us into our next topic. JJ McCarthy, I think he's the domino that shakes the entire NFL draft this year. I'm going to be honest. Let's get to the title of the show. The Minnesota Vikings are going to shake up the NFL draft. I think all indications are pointing and telling us that the Vikings are going to look to trade up. The Cardinals also said that they have been willing to trade out of the fourth pick. And the Patriots, they also have come out and said they're not opposed to trading out of the third pick as well. And so some of those teams looking for a quarterback, potentially a Oakland Raiders, potentially a Minnesota Vikings. There was also a prediction. An NFL GM and executive said so much so that JJ McCarthy could end up going as high as 2 in the draft, which I don't really see that happening.
That's insane.
That might just be fatigue with having to talk about Drake May or I can't see that. I can't see that
pick.
But my question to y'all is this. With the Vikings potentially trading up to get this draft, what teams could potentially benefit most from these teams trading up for, maybe if we go 4 quarterbacks straight, that completely changed the entire dynamic of the draft.
I'll probably say, I'm not gonna hold you, even though like I disagree. Like we talked about this earlier, probably the Patriots. If you trade, what's the name? Because don't forget me wrong, Vikings have 11 and 23, right?
Yeah.
So if you get 11 and 23 from the Patriots, you stack up. I guess you play Jacoby Brissett from year, because even though Jacoby Brissett not like crazy good,
he's not going to be
bad.
terrible.
Jacoby Brissett.
So you can-
Oh my god.
You can play him.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran.
He's
He's a bridge. Yeah, he's a
They
bridge.
might as well
He's a
put the ball in Sappy hand and let him get sappy.
Now you tripping.
Nah.
You can still draft. You can still draft a quarterback. Just sit him for a year. Get a
Riddell, Sappy over Jacoby.
stack up. Honestly,
There's a reason why they brought Jacoby
because
in.
if you get Marvin
As
Harrison
a
Jr.,
vet.
if you get Marvin Harrison Jr.
He's better than Zappy.
If you get Marvin Harrison Jr. with the 3rd pick, that's not gonna move anything, because you have no quarterback. Like your team is still dog.
Jalen Daniels? What is? Oh, I thought he was the next.
But that's not the question. The question is about the question is about them moving, trading out. The Gerard Mayo, the head coach, he said like they're not opposed to trading out of that pick, because most Patriots fans know that their issues offensively are beyond just the quarterback position. There's like foundational things that need to change for that team offensively. So that's why I think they're not opposed to it, because this might be a 2-year plan for them.
If you stack up, maybe if you want to you can still take a receiver in the 1st round, and if you want to get your quarterback and just sit him, because there's still going to be a quarterback available to where you can sit him for a year. Because honestly, I don't think JJ is going to go top 10. So it might shake up the room. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it might, but I still think you can get that.
I think it's almost a lock now, bro.
They've whipped themselves enough. This is
not a Will Levis situation.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I understand.
Because he's won a national championship, so it's
this
is different.
Because if I'm the Vikings,
don't forget the
I'm not trading. Me personally, I'm not trading nowhere. I'm not trading them nowhere near. It's only 1, 2, and 3. That was the only place I'm trading up for. After 4, because I think the top 3 is going to be Caleb, May, Drake. Jane Daniels. So if you need to get that top 3 to get your quarterback. Like if you're trying to get trade up to 4, 5, I can't.
But my question is this. Go ahead, Riddell.
Yeah, my thing is, it's kind of interesting how many different rumors have been changing up draft boards. The whole discourse about Drake May, the whole discourse about Jaden Daniels being better than Caleb Williams, the discourse about Malik Neighbors being on the same tier as Marvin Harrison Jr., potentially being the #1 receiver in the draft. And obviously the stuff regarding J.J. McCarthy rising up in draft boards. Honestly, when it comes down to this, the biggest team that's going to benefit, and I've said this like a while ago because it just makes sense, is going to be the Chargers, because the Chargers are going to trade back with the Vikings to pick up J.J. McCarthy. And although I agree that J.J. McCarthy shouldn't be this high.
What?
Yes.
That's actually in mock draft. That's a thing. That's a thing in mock draft.
So y'all telling me with a straight face?
Hold up.
J.J. McCarthy's going to go to L.A.?
No.
The Vikings.
The Vikings are trading with that.
Oh,
the Vikings are going to trade up.
I was wondering why y'all was looking like that.
I was really hoping. This is what I thought. I thought Riddell was about to get into some conspiracy. I thought he was about to get nasty and say,
"Boy, y'all was about to bring Mookie out of nowhere.
They about to trade Justin Herbert. They're going to trade back.
Nah, we good. Keep him where he's at.
So Jim Harbaugh could reunite with J.J. McCarthy.
That's nasty. The only missing.
So I'm like, so that means they traded Herbert to get that pick. Like,
then they better. I'm gonna need the Vikings' whole next 2 drafts. Ricky Williams package. I need both. I need both sets.
To kind of go back to my point, the J.J. McCarthy. The thing about him, even though I'm not a big fan of J.J. McCarthy, from what I've seen at the very least, is that it's not just that the Vikings need a quarterback. It's also that the Raiders and the Broncos also need a quarterback. So they're also looking up to trade in. And the Giants apparently are thinking about drafting J.J. McCarthy too, which is kind of weird. So now they're in a spot where they can't wait at the 11th spot or 10th spot, wherever they're at. They can't wait there because other teams are definitely going to try to get that pick from the Chargers. The Chargers are so willing to trade back so they can continue getting more weapons on that cap-held team for the Chargers and uplift Justin Herbert and that team and immediately compete, that they're going to be the one team that is definitely, I can't see them staying in that pick. They're definitely trading back. and the Vikings have the biggest package. That's just the truth. So, yeah, JJ McCarthy, even though he's not that guy, he's going to get drafted top 5 because of need. That
So is the consensus now he's the 4th best quarterback? Because damn, boy, I thought we was loving Penix, man. The way the game
still love
switched up, man. Woo!
I like Penix.
But
People
like
love
NFL
JJ
teams
McCarthy.
love JJ McCarthy.
They
I like Penix,
absolutely
but think
adore
about it.
JJ.
You win a championship against Penix.
Yeah,
Jim
exactly. They
Harbaugh
let the
is
natty winner because
glazing.
the Penix won a championship.
Jim
I
Harbaugh
think
is
it's the natty.
glazing
though,
like
bro.
he's glazing like crazy.
I think
But
it's
I think the other thing y'all gotta also remember
That
too is
championship
like,
holding a lot of weight.
but you know what else people, but not even just the championship. I think the other thing you have to realize is think about who's advocating for him now in the space. Imagine having Jim Harbaugh also being the guy going to bat for you in these meetings, because now that he's back in the NFL space, they're talking to him as well, along with. So you don't think Jim Harbaugh is well connected with executives, GMs, personnel? You think he's letting Blake Corum and JJ McCarthy? He's not trying to maximize the stock of both of those guys. He had them personally, and you got to be honest about Jim Harbaugh. Everywhere he's
Early, you're
gone,
muted.
me.
Early is you're good, J-Rob.
Everywhere he's gone, he's changed the culture of that university, making them a winning program, and he clearly at Michigan he's delivered a championship. So I think when you think about a culmination of those things, that helps a young quarterback. And then we look at a JJ McCarthy, he won a championship. Like, he's a winner. You know, those intangibles you look at, you know, the athleticism, he's young. So because of those things, you know, shit, we saw Mitchell Trubisky go number 2, y'all. Let's be honest.
I've heard people compare JJ to Steve Young. So I've heard media outlets comparing to Steve Young. So yeah, the love for him has been coming like by abundance lately, man. Honestly, like I said, I really do believe that if Michael Penix shows out and wins that natty, even if it's by a touchdown or 3 points, I think Michael Penix's stock is super high, and he might go 3rd in front of Daniels, honestly. But I think
I will say
that win-loss of the natty really
You think
can
he would win
change
top
your
3?
whole perspective and your whole, trajectory in the draft. Yeah, I think if Penix wins that natty, especially when we know that Washington team couldn't really compete with that Michigan team physically, like if they win because Penix's arm got it done, I promise you he goes 3. He's a 3rd quarterback, not 3 off the board, but he's a 3rd quarterback off the board. I mean, I don't mean to pick 3, but he's 3rd.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
J-Rob, to answer the original question, I think, for instance, the Jets are a big winner of this, because that means their original, the wide receiver targets that they want to get are dropping to them, because by that point, if JJ goes top 5, we've talked about it before, the whole draft changes. Now people are like, okay, what do I do with Joe Alt? Is Malik Neighbors dropping? What's going on here? And all of a sudden the Jets are sitting there like, okay, we got our choice here of targets we could get for Aaron Rodgers. Ironically, I think a big loser is the Falcons, because I think they were somebody. Let me answer, because I think they were before the Cardinals and them said we're willing to trade out. I think they were like, please trade with us.
He can't even get his point up before you reacted, Riddell. Kirk Cousins made me that much to you, bro.
I just don't think it made sense. I was like, I was hearing them. I was like,
random. Go ahead, brother.
The only reason I'm saying Atlanta's a big loser, because I think they were the prime squad that was like, okay, we got our quarterback, no matter what the press box has reservations about, except for Representative Riddell. Trade up with us. We're the trade up team. And now they lost that leverage. So now what they could do to help, they were the prime trade up team before. I think that's what they were.
Oh, wait, let me tell you why. I wanted the opposite. I think the Falcons are the winners here. I'll tell you the Falcons are the winners here, I think, this situation. Because at number 8, I think they're drafting number 8. They got their quarterback now. One, I think this quarterback class as a whole, after Caleb, Drake, and even Jaden Downs is a little iffy. This draft we remember as the overhyping of JJ McCarthy. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm still on the thing. He's AJ McCarron, a backup quarterback at best. Caleb, Drake May, I think is fine. But to me, what the Falcons can get now, I think after Caleb Williams, after Marvin Harrison Jr., the 3rd generational player in this draft who I think can impact is Dallas Turner. I don't think people realize how good Dallas Turner is on defense as an edge rusher. I think he's going to be super elite, right into the league. I think he's going to get you 10+ sacks this season. You had him to the Falcons with that quarterback and that offense. You had him to that defense. I think people are sleeping on Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner is a game changer. I think he's a game changer.
He's the number one. He's the number one.
Let me tell you something. hold on. The amount of torque that he's putting on his body of how low he gets, it's very Dwight Freeney-esque. You're not at his size. You're not supposed to put that much pressure on your ankle to be able to do that. Really watch the film on. I'm telling you, Dallas Turner is going to shake up this league when he comes in as a rookie.
Dare to be different, man.
I'm telling you, Dallas Turner, and again, on the
Dallas
Falcons.
Turner is nice. Like,
I think he's super nice.
He's not Latu,
but we're going to see it.
But he is going to get picked over Latu. For sure.
He might
go to ATL, but he's not Latu though.
He's gonna be super nice. But I'm saying he goes to the Falcons. That defense you had him to it. That offense.
Who do you compare him to?
You don't know that.
Who do you compare him to?
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I see Dwight Freeney.
Bro, if Dallas Turner, if you're talking about Dwight Freeney being, that is crazy. I've seen that line. That is funny. But if you talking Dwight Freeney,
we'll never forget.
You talking about explosiveness and getting off the ball. I guess y'all need to watch Chop Robinson.
All I'm saying is no. I think Chop is good too. I'm just saying we don't really know what edge rusher going to be the best one. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say.
I think the clear cut the best edge rusher is Latu.
In terms of technique,
I'll pick him because he's younger, but I'll definitely know, like, no question asked, I'm taking Latu over here.
Also, the only reason why Latu is falling on boards is because
it's injured.
Medical history. That's the only reason why.
Also, Chris, the only reason I'm saying the Jets are big winners because one of the guys that could pick a receiver, if the Chargers trade out, they're out. They're not stopping unless they're going to trade back up again. No. That's why I'm like, you say keep the Jet. Obviously, I want my boy J-Rob to be happy. Please, God, let him be happy.
Bro, I don't know why Chris be hating on me. It's because he got to watch all them
y'all for real.
Yeah, it's because he got to watch all them damn Chicago sports.
Yeah, okay. So your Chicago gets a pick.
Or them Chicago
like this is
Chicago sports. Bro, look, my man's got the White Sox. My boy got the White Sox, Bulls, and Bears. His life is hard all the time in every facet of sports.
Let's not sit here and pretend like this isn't one of the nastiest receiver classes we've seen in a while. So I still think by the time the Jets get there, they're still going to have their pick of.
I don't think they're going to have their pick. I think it's Ndunze. Neighbors are not dropping. I'm telling you, Neighbors is about to.
Right now, for the Jets, they're taking Brock Bowers. The Jets are taking Brock Bowers.
Unless JJ McCarthy gets picked any of the top 5, whatever, he just solidified him going top 6 after that.
We all think the Giants could trade out.
I don't really
the Chargers
could
trade out, and the Cardinals could trade out.
Now, Ndunze will be great for y'all team.
I'm honestly high on all. I'm high on like 4 or 5 receivers in this draft. So it's like I'm cool with Rome. I would even be cool if they reach to take AD at 10, even though he's not going 10. He's not going 10. But what I'm saying is I think this class is so good at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, you can take for the Jets too.
I think if somebody said I'm gonna reach for a wide receiver that we really like because that's what we need. Because you got to think, I don't think we're going O-line. We signed a bunch of veterans I think we wanted a veteran O-line. Now we can go draft the offensive lineman, but I think we didn't want to go O-line in the first round. Is one of the reasons why we signed all these dudes. So I'm thinking like if Rome or Malik fall, and I think Malik gonna go over Rome because I mean the 4-3 with the production on top of it. I mean we got to be real about what Rome is like. He's a dog. And I think one thing you can't teach is being a dog. No, you can't teach being a dog. But I'm high on Rome because Rome is probably the best, one of the 3 or 4 best contested catchers I've ever seen in college football, in my opinion.
Riddell, talk to your man. He said he's willing to wait for Arch 2 more years to Daniel Jones.
Can Arch play a season first before y'all start saying that?
Yeah. Can we watch him play? Yeah, let's watch him play.
It looks like we're about to go again with Daniel Jones, so maybe, man. Maybe we
that 40 mil go hit a little different.
But I'm gonna just say this. I just really hope Malik Neighbors doesn't end up a Giant. That's it. That's all I care about.
He doesn't end up a Jet. How about that?
Most likely.
Do you watch Shador being a Giant? Because they'll probably be the first overall pick after this season. The Giants might be the worst team.
I think the Patriots have something to say about that.
But who's saying Shador going number 1?
I don't know.
I see mock drafts. I see him going number 1 to mock draft.
I think it's a year before. It's early mock draft.
They got him ranked the first quarterback and Carson Beck as the number 2 ranked quarterback.
So wait, let me ask you.
I know Deion's his dad, but Deion came out and said that, and Deion does have weight in the NFL locker rooms and basic GMs, and he said that Shador went number 2 off the board as far as quarterback play this year.
I call bullshit. No, God, I call bullshit.
He might have, not gonna lie.
I'm saying
just because people are gonna buy into that hype, man.
I can see going third. After Drake May and Caleb. Him going third in this draft.
Drake May might not go number 2,
but he should though. But he won't. He probably won't. I think he should.
What'd you say?
I'm saying I think he should go number 2, no questions asked, but it depends.
Yeah.
So your man's Brian Daboll He says he has some
more
regrets.
I feel you.
Says he has some regrets, but is evolving as a coach. What do you think? What do you think those words means as the two resident Giants fans? And do you think they're looking back at the Daniel Jones contract and being like, "What did we do?"
Most definitely.
I mean,
I'm asking, bro. I'm just asking.
I ain't gonna say too much. I ain't gonna say too much, bro. But I mean, of course, every coach has regrets about something. I mean, he just let go his it don't make sense why he said that. I mean, because like you talk about regrets and then you just let go of your biggest player on your team.
So do you want a quote? Do you want the quote?
Yeah, what's the quote, bro? What's the quote?
Okay, he said, hold on, let me find me. I got the quote. Okay, he said you have to grow in a business. Where is it? Oh, okay. He said, yeah, there are times I wish I had handled things a little bit differently, certainly. He said you just have to continue to grow, have to continue to evolve.
I think he might be talking about DJ, even though I can't speak about the situation too much. I think he's talking about the Wink Martindale situation the most though. Because the way how that situation happened should never happen in the NFL. Like you having a crazy fight and then he just walk out, yeah, I'm done, I'm out. And mind you, Wink is one of the best DCs in the league. And that's why he literally go to Michigan and he's the highest paid assistant coach in college football right now.
Right.
So I think that's because Wink Martindale for the Giants defense, that was a big
move.
That was big because Patrick Graham, he did a good job.
That defense was carrying y'all at one point.
Exactly.
Bro.
That's what I'm saying. Patrick Graham did a good job in 2020.
Y'all defense ain't been bad for the last 3 or 4 years. Honestly.
Exactly.
No, yeah, for sure. And it's not like we had talent that was on par with some other defenses. Like they were just playing really good football.
I agree with that. Yeah,
I think that's the main thing he's talking about. Because I think if he looks back on that, I don't think he wanted to handle that right. And all the rumors and speculation about what happened in the middle of the season, they saying Wink basically quit by week 8. This and that. I'm like, that's crazy. So I think that's what they really talking about.
Yeah, at that point, you got to be a leader.
They could be talking about DJ, but I don't know. That's
could be both.
Yeah, at that point,
both, honestly, it's probably both.
At that point, you got to be a leader regarding that Wink situation. I mean, that's no brainer. But talking about that DJ situation, I think he realizes, man, I got this man paid too much. Because DJ's just not that guy. I thought he probably believed he was that guy, but then he was like, bro.
They just happened.
What if DJ has what out of nowhere Daniel Jones?
Y'all don't want to see me.
Stop with the
4,000 listen. What did they do? Give Malik Neighbors, right? They give Malik Neighbors. What if DJ has like a 4,000?
I'm telling you this.
Let's just say, let's say DJ has a Brock Purdy type year.
We're back in the same situation again early.
I'm gonna tell you this.
What happens?
I'm gonna tell you this: the way how you was with Jordan Love and Brock Purdy, just combine that, I'm gonna be wilding.
I mean, I'll be hopping on the bandwagon again.
I'll be hilarious.
At the end of next year, we're gonna be back in the same situation because Daniel Jones will have what?
It will be the same situation.
Like two more years. Will he have one or 2 more years left on his contract? Now then they got to start talking extension again. And I'm gonna straight up tell you that is still don't do it.
Yeah, that's
don't do it.
But it's that like when we did in the 2022
don't let Eli. I know I've mentioned it a few times.
Like we did in the 2022 season. We were in a losing situation. This team that we went to the playoffs 2022 shouldn't have made it. That's why Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year. We shouldn't have been in the playoffs. So I don't even like.
I think the expectation is just so low.
I understand.
Y'all might be surprised by Daniel Jones.
Hold on.
Nobody cares.
I've always wanted to ask you this question, and because I know Eli Manning was involved in the Daniel Jones extension discussion. How involved was he? Because I know I make fun of it. I'm like, y'all let Eli talk you into this.
I don't know how involved he was. I just know they're just a part of it. I don't know how, but I think
I'm just sitting there like it's not.
I think it was just obvious, even though like we don't agree with it. I think he obviously had leverage because again, if you look at the free agency in 2022 or kind of into the 2023 season, hindsight is 2020. Nobody was seeing Baker like who he was. Marcus Mariota bum ass on the free agency.
I understand, but you can still
in a losing situation.
Russell Wilson,
and mind you, no matter how he came off his best season with nobody to throw with. And he had his best game when it matters the most in the playoffs.
I would still franchise him. That's what I was advocating for. Just franchise him and see if he can do it again.
Because Jalen Hurts got paid on the Super Bowl. We all know this.
He got paid off
the season. That was generational play.
He got the season.
He got paid off this.
All I'm saying is one game.
No, the season. That was generational play.
He got paid off the season.
in the year. He was the
And
MVP.
He was going to be the
That-
MVP.
but
He
that,
doesn't
but
get
that,
hurt.
no, but that play in the Super Bowl made the Eagles organization and the Eagle fans go, "This is our future quarterback." He was in every magazine as one of the sexiest men alive. He was the new face of quarterbacking. Like that game in the Super Bowl versus that guy made him who he was. The same way, listen, we can say what we want to say, but Brock Purdy will be getting paid very soon. Okay, he will be getting paid very soon, and
His
going into
resume
next
is
year, he will be looked at as a top 7 quarterback. I just want y'all to get paid.
When it comes to the Daniel Jones situation, and like what Trent said, hindsight, it's always easier to look back and criticize. We have to understand when it comes to these quarterback contracts, most quarterbacks are going to get overpaid for what it is to keep their guy. They're just going to get overpaid. It's just how the market works in the NFL. Quarterbacks are going to get most of the money. And I remember that time when he won that playoff game, the talk was, oh, here's the guy for the Giants, young guy, won him a playoff game, new direction for the team.
By the way, who'd he beat in the playoffs? Let me stop.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, there you go. But it's just one of those things where it's just like,
Riddell.
if the Giants didn't give him that contract,
Outplayed Kirk Cousins. At his crib. Let me stop.
Another team.
I'm about to start making sure I use that. He beat the defense. I'm using
do that.
He did beat the defense.
He did. Let's be very clear. The Vikings got a bottom three defense.
Crazy. Yeah, played complete. Crazy. He was just a better quarterback that day. That's crazy.
All I'm saying is, I hear y'all. But
he beat the defense is nasty.
I just don't 100% know if every quarterback gets that same level.
I swear, bro. If they're
it's good. It's good. We can't speak on it. It's all hypothetical.
beat the defense,
anyway. All right. Go ahead.
Man, that's crazy.
Well, continue. Where you going? Where you going, random?
Nah, I was just asking the question.
Nah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's moving on, y'all. Let me ask y'all about these Denver Broncos because obviously they're eating $105 million over some time. So I don't know if they're in cap hell, but they not probably in a great spot in their cap. My question to y'all is, what is the Broncos' plan moving forward? Because really, are they a player in this draft as well? Like, is this a team that is going to move up to get a quarterback? Maybe this could be a team that's watching that situation in Dallas to see if Dak Prescott goes on to free agency. Maybe if you're Broncos, you got some other options. So you just never know. So what do you think Sean Payton's plans here is? And, Sean Payton has never drafted a quarterback in the first round. So, could that be something different as well?
I think that first and foremost, I think that the Jerry Jeudy trade showed me that the Broncos they're a fire sale right now. I think because of this what's the situation, anybody who you think is good, and if you're willing to pay for them or give us a pick for them, we'll give them to you. I think the Broncos are in full rebuild mode. I think they have a couple pieces they won't get rid of, Patrick Surtain, but I think most of that roster, someone's going to want to get Courtland Sutton. Well, guess what? What you want for him? Yeah, the third pick, third and fourth, you want that? You take it? Gone. This is a team where I really think that because the Broncos are so in disarray, especially with that Russell Wilson contract, they are about to completely start fresh. And again, only a couple guys will stay, but most of the people that you want or you think they can trade for, they're going to get rid of. I think they trade a lot in this draft and get a lot of young pieces, new contracts, and really do a rebuild and try to get this team going again.
But maybe it's not a good idea for Sean Payton to draft a quarterback. I understand he's obviously his best success was with Drew Brees getting him in free agency, but we saw him try whatever that experiment was with Taysom Hill forever till he finally was like, I just can't, and I'm finally just gonna make him a gadget player plus a tight end. So maybe if they are looking at a Dak Prescott, if the Cowboys eventually do pull the deal, I don't see why not. But I'm looking at Sean Payton sideways right now anyway, because you got a lot of work to do. Right. Obviously, and obviously, I understand how we feel about Russell, but for you to do that to your quarterback and still be in a playoff race, and then just shut down the season I'm looking at you really sideways. The Broncos, obviously, they're looking at the landscape of their own division, and they realize they got a long way. This is a multi-year. I know I said maybe the Patriots could be the worst team. The Broncos could be the worst team in football next year because they got a lot of work to do.
If John Elway was still there, I would think the Dak Prescott
he's there. He's just the president.
He's more the outside consultant. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I just don't think he has as much power as he once did. I think before, if he still had the power he did, I think that he's John Elway doesn't like drafting quarterbacks. He wants to get a guy who's established, bring him in, give him a contract. That's kind of his style.
Osweiler failed. Osweiler.
Yeah, those guys. He's not a drafting type of guy. He wants to bring in established guys. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. But with Peyton, I think with the way this roster looks, they're going to definitely try to build to the draft. It's going to be a 3 to 5 year plan. It's not going to be a 1-2 year turnaround. I think they realize it is a full rebuild mode. And you have to do what you have to. You have to do what you have to do, because clearly trying to find these stopgap kind of quarterbacks or quarterbacks that are in their 30s who've already accomplished something, may have a few more years, hasn't worked for them. That's over with. So just draft a young guy and really build from the draft.
If they go get Dak Prescott, then that changes everything.
One at a time.
Yeah, I think it's a partial rebuild. I don't think it's going to be a straight out rebuild, because Sean Payton is going to be one of those coaches, especially considering all the controversy with Russell Wilson throughout the year, where I don't think he's going to get as long of a leash that we expect. Like the Raiders, who also need a quarterback, Antonio Pierce is probably going to have that long leash. Like, people all like him. He's a new guy. He doesn't really have a track record. So we're going to try to see who you are. They expect, when you bring Sean Payton on the team, to win football games. Exactly. That is the expectation for Sean Payton. The reason why you can't look at him sideways is because he didn't give Russell Wilson that contract. He wasn't even a part of that. He didn't even like Russell Wilson the moment he got there. Russell Wilson wasn't good. Yes, he played mid enough to win games later on the year, but it still wasn't great. So getting Dak Prescott would be a terrible idea. Like, that's just going Russell Wilson 2.0. He ain't moving the needle. So they are going to be aggressive for a quarterback, a young quarterback, because that's what they need. They need a young contract. They need a rookie contract to use with this team. The defense will still be good. They still have Sutton. They should get another receiver. Marvin Mims wasn't that bad. I think he can be pretty decent. They got a good running back duo with Javonte and Jaleen. I forget his name.
I think they lean on that too.
Yeah, so there's things that they can do. That's why they're going to be aggressive on trying to get potentially J.J. McCarthy. They might even give like 2, maybe even 3 picks to get J.J. McCarthy, because they need a quarterback. But if they can't get J.J. McCarthy, like someone said in the chat, the expectation is that they're going to go get Bo Nix. So regardless, they're drafting a rookie quarterback, and they want that rookie quarterback to win games immediately.
Have the lack of Broncos news, at least maybe because I haven't really seen it, but have they really – I feel like people are throwing the Broncos in there because they need a quarterback, but have they really shown that much interest in J.J. McCarthy for them to be that much of a viable target?
Yes. But why wouldn't they get Penix?
I haven't seen all the reports I see with the Broncos. I haven't seen them interested in a quarterback in this draft.
I think they should, if anything, they could get Penix later and still get a good quarterback, in my opinion.
You can
in the second round, maybe. Penix might not fall to the Broncos in the second round, I'll be honest.
I mean, I'm not saying
the way y'all dropped on them, maybe you will.
I know. I'm thinking maybe they could even.
But that's a gamble.
What is the Broncos pick? Is it 12?
I think it's right behind the Vikings.
So it's 12.
Yeah.
So they could trade back a little further. Let Alliance trade up to go get a player that they really like and still get Penix later in the first round.
Facts.
They could.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I also think because the noise on Penix is kind of quiet, I kind of think that's a smokescreen too. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't find that to be something that we should overlook, because I can still see a lot of teams. If I'm a general manager and I like a quarterback, right? Like, for example, if I'm interested in Bo Nix or Michael Penix right now, I'm on one of these NFL teams, I'm really feeling good about that because nobody's talking about them. Everybody's talking about J.J. McCarthy as this domino that's going to change the course of the draft, but they're not talking about Bo Nix or a Michael Penix. And so if I am a Broncos, why do I need to trade up? Y'all telling me I'm about to trade the house for J.J. McCarthy? I might be here at 15 and I might be good, or I may only have to trade up one spot. I think Michael Penix and Bo Nix are interesting when you talk about quarterbacks, because I think those two specifically, their draft doesn't begin until after like the first 4 picks. And let's not lie. Let's not sit here and act like Michael Penix, somebody might reach for him. You just don't know. Like you don't know, because people throwing things at you like, bro, we thought that, like, I'm always going to go back to Mitchell Trubisky because he went number 2 in a draft that had Deshaun Watson in it.
Yep.
But people didn't know Patrick Mahomes was going to be Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt when it came to Pat Mahomes, but let's be real. Deshaun Watson, we saw it already. Like, we knew what he was going to be, and they took the risk on Mitchell Trubisky, and we saw how that went. Shit, do y'all remember Blake Bortles? So it's like, we see that all the time. So
and he almost played in the Super Bowl, fellas.
And another thing, J-Rock,
Super Bowl.
I think that a lot of us forget with Sean Payton that he believes in his system and his ability to develop quarterbacks. For a lot of y'all, I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember, but do y'all know what Drew Brees was looked at in 2006 when the Chargers let him go and the Saints picked him up?
He
The
was
same way
broken.
I kind of
He
look
was
at
broken.
David Carr as a
Yeah.
guy who, Derek Carr as a guy who like has a good arm but just can't get it done. Drew Brees was that, but worse. They thought his arm was bad. They thought he didn't make the greatest decisions. Thought he wasn't a mobile guy. Like he was literally like, oh, he's coming here and we're going to see what we can do with the guy, and literally turned him into one of the probably top 5 to top 7 greatest quarterbacks of all time. So I think in Sean Payton's eyes, it's like people forget when he got Drew Brees wasn't who he became over the years. Like he literally coached that boy up. Not only coached him up,
But wait, early. Did Drew Brees make Sean Payton though? Did Drew Brees make Sean Payton though?
You can argue that.
I mean, argue that Drew Brees helped elevate Sean.
But the fact that here's the thing though, the fact that Drew Brees was already somewhere else,
They elevated
didn't do that.
They elevated each other.
That would make sense. And when Drew Brees played for the Chargers, he was looked at as a top 5 quarterback then. No, he was a guy who was just a guy when he played for the Chargers.
Well, he kept getting hurt, and then his shoulder injury was
one
so
thing
drastic.
has to be different. The only thing that was different was Sean Payton got him.
Nah,
Yeah, and to add on to that, Jameis Winston, when he was on the Saints, that first year he was on the Saints, was playing pretty well. Like people were thinking, oh yeah, this is a he's a revival of his career on the Saints under Sean Payton. So he showed that even with Jameis Winston, that they could win games, and they were. So yeah,
I just want to see Payton have a winning track record.
I watched him go 4-0 with Teddy Bridgewater.
I mean, that's a nice little run. Actually, that was a nice little run.
I am curious to see, because I will say this. The only thing I didn't like about the Broncos situation is I thought they were trying to set a bad precedent by trying to ask him to waive his injury clause. Because I think once the first person does it, then it's expected of everybody in the business. It becomes a domino. So I didn't like that. But also the stories we heard about Russell Wilson, in Seattle, I'm not surprised that him and Sean Payton didn't get along. And we also have to remember Sean Payton wasn't his quarterback, guys. Like, he just wasn't. And so Sean Payton y'all got to really remember, Sean Payton is from that old era of football. Do y'all not remember the Bounty Gate? You don't think Sean knew about that? Bro, he had your face on the wall and said, Jalen Carter, I want him out the game. He out the game. I got 10 bands for you after the game. Like, that's from the era he's from. So he's from a rough era of football. Now, again,
Wasn't he suspended a whole season for that?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, bro. Come on. Like, he's really you don't understand. Like, he's from that era of the game. So he don't understand Russell Wilson, eyes closed, walking in a circle on the Bronco. Like, he don't understand that. He don't understand the Broncos country let's ride in the commercials and the Mr. Unlimited and all of that. You don't get that.
Payton was definitely in the background, like, whose man is this? What do you think he is?
But y'all gotta remember, think about the team he had in his heyday. Like, that don't correlate to him. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like when we look at Sean Payton, I think the way Russ was and the way he was just was an absolute clash. But I will say this: Sean Payton does have to evolve with the times as well. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a bit of both, and so he still don't get the benefit of the doubt because he gets the same Jim Harbaugh treatment.
Mm-hmm.
There's an expectation. You've also been the coach for 2 seasons now.
It's going to be his second season.
It's going to be his second
season. It's be his second season. So yeah, we got. There's some things that have to get done, and I do think he has to take a quarterback this draft.
Yeah, I will say I think he will be able to, because I'm gonna bring up Jameis Winston again. We know Winston's a character, like straight up a character. People love Winston and what he provided. He was cool with Winston.
Facts.
Russ was like, he just did not mess with Russ at all. Everything Russ did, he didn't like. So I think he'll be all right.
But Russ came in there thinking he was all that in the bag of chips. Not only that, I don't think Russell Wilson was prepared to basically deal with a Sean Payton. He probably thought Sean was going to, like Pete Carroll did, let him have his way. And I think really though, what just happened with Russell Wilson, I guarantee you when he goes now that he's with Pittsburgh, he'll be a whole different guy. Like, again, Sean Payton's type of guy, like J-Rob said, he's an old school type of guy. You understand what I'm saying? And what people don't understand with Drew Brees is that there were a lot of flaws Drew Brees had that Sean Payton worked around, and he took everything Drew Brees did great and made it amazing. So he always had a good physical receiver who could route run. He always had a good slot guy who could move the chains. He always had a good tight end who could catch the ball in the end zone and was a good red zone threat. He always built pieces around him to make him be productive. So I think Sean Payton's a guy that whoever he gets, he'll see what you do great, and he'll build pieces around that. So if you get a Penix, who's a great deep ball thrower, he's a jump ball merchant, he'll get some tall physical guys and some fast guys, and now we throwing this thing down the field.
Yeah. Nah, facts. I agree. I definitely agree. I hope he could change the narrative on him. So I want to talk about these Tennessee Titans, y'all. They obviously have L'Jarius Sneed. They clearly going all in on Baby Elway, as we call him. We don't know if he Baby Elway.
Baby Elway.
They're going all in on Baby Elway. And I really want to talk about the AFC South because I feel like, we've mentioned it, but we never really got deep into what this division could be in football. Honestly, they might end up having 4 just good quarterbacks. But my thing is this: are the Titans a team that we should be looking to talk more about in year 2? Because I think they'll be a better. They probably are looking to be a better team going into this season. Go ahead.
Hell no.
Like what I said on Gridiron, there is a potential chance that T-Law could be the 4th worst best quarterback in this division. It's a possibility. The Titans are going all in on Will Levis, and I know, like I said,
Infant Elway.
Of course, they're looking at Joe Alt, looking at Lyman. But if I really want to stack the deck for Will, get Calvin, D-Hop. Go get a Malik. Go get a Rome. Really stack in. You got Tony Pollard and him and Tajay Spears. Really go all in for Will Levis and see what he can do. Right. And me personally, I think the Jags are dead ass regressing. Like, you signed Gabe Davis for 40-some mil. They are. No, don't do it.
No. I'm actually going to agree with you. So
yeah, I'm saying the Jags, they're regressing. Your pieces are leaving. The O-line was, I think it was bottom 5 last year.
Yeah, it was
like
terrible.
They didn't make any O-line pieces. I think for that.
And T-Law looked bad.
Your receiving core is mid as hell. With Trevor Lawrence, like it's mid as hell. The defense is in. Like, I don't really know what the Jazz gonna do this season. Like, unless Trevor Lawrence had this crazy resurgence, which he can possibly, but there is a possible chance that they can be the worst. Trevor Lawrence will be the worst quarterback in this division.
I think objectively, to kind of back up what Trent said, the Jaguars might have the worst team in the AFC South right now.
Yeah, I think they do.
Which is crazy, considering you had a quarterback that you've been trying to build up since you drafted him with that awful situation the first year. And the second year, you guys went to the playoffs. Like, okay, it's only up from here. And you guys regressing, like Trent said. You're just regressing. The Titans' defense looks amazing. The secondary looks amazing. They got the weapons. The run game, I got to see how that works. I'm not high on Tony Pollard, so I got to see how that works.
No, they need to draft somebody to go with them.
They will, I think.
Well, they got Spears.
They're not drafting running back. They already got. Yeah, that's the tandem.
Mm-hmm. And then we already know about the Texans and the Colts. So, yeah, that's tough, man. The Jags are just getting worse.
I will say this. I think, since in-season Hard Knocks is going to a full division, I think the AFC South should be their target. I think there's a lot of interesting. My sleeper or the team I'm really looking at is the Colts. I want to see how AR-15 comes back. Shane Steichen and what potentially moves they could do, because it would be crazy to watch the Jags just kind of free fall. But I think what Shane Steichen's doing and what the Colts are, they're such an interesting team to me. It feels like I want to say the Titans are like a year away from me actually. Do you think they should be playoff contenders right now? Because I don't think so.
No,
I think they're a year away before we.
But why can't they be? Is my question.
But I think the biggest.
Why can't they be?
I don't.
Why can't they make the playoffs? My question is this: are we sure? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be honest. I think the only team in that conference,
Texas,
in that division, that is a lock to go to the playoffs is Houston.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The other 3 are I don't know who's next, because truthfully, I'm not blown away by the Jags.
I think one thing that we don't talk about enough about Will Levis, if you really watch the games and watch him play, especially for the Titans, once he got the job, Will Levis has moxie. And I mean moxie. He has that.
Maybe sticking mayo in his coffee. He better have moxie. What are we talking about?
He really believes he can make all the throws. He really believes that he can really galvanize behind his guys. Like, one reason why Baker Mayfield keep getting the job, and one reason Baker Mayfield got his money this year, is because Baker has always been a moxie guy. From the moment he stepped on as a walk-on in Oklahoma, he's always been a guy who feels like, dog, I'm out here. What we doing? I'm ready to go with whoever you give. Any Lions den you put me in, I'm going to come out with the fur on. Like, I think Will Levis has that, dog, and people understand that. That in today's era, as a quarterback, you need to have a guy who doesn't give a damn, who can throw a pick in the next play. He's still throwing that thing deep down the field. Like, that's something I think will separate him and will help him be successful in the NFL, because he has the ability to overcome a lot when it comes to the play, the mentality. You see him getting D-Hop face, and most people might say, man, that's not right, but it's like the fact he even has that, and D-Hop didn't say too much, just shows that, all right, bro, I'm gonna let you. I believe in you. Like, I like your heart. Like, you got heart. I like that. Like, I really do like that about Will Levis, and that can really get you over the hump. Because if Dak Prescott had heart, oh my God, who knows who it'd be?
Yeah, to play on to that, I don't know if you guys remember the play where Will Levis basically fumbled the ball. It was an interception, but fumbled the ball. The defender caught it, and Will Levis cracked him and got the ball back. Yep. Hey, that's just grit right there. I'm gonna be honest. When you're a quarterback, you're like, bro, I got to get that ball back. And you crack a defender, a linebacker to get the ball back. I respect that. Not gonna lie.
What team don't want to play behind that door there? Like, when you watch that at practice every day or on the field, that will. They said one thing about CJ. He was such a great leader that guys really rally behind him, man. Like, that matters. It matters.
And can I say one thing too that does scare me about the division? The Jaguars might have the fourth worst the worst defense in the division going into next season. And I'm not trying to be funny about it. If you look on paper of the 3 teams or the 4 teams, they potentially have the worst defense on paper. I want to say on paper. I'm not, because we don't know. We're going to see how the season plays out. But I think Will Anderson next year, I think he's going to.
Daniel Hunter, him too.
Yeah. I think the Will Anderson conversation is going to get rampant. Like, I think this is year 2. What's the DN for the Lions? I cannot think of his name right now. Aiden Hutchinson. You know, year 2. Like, now we going Aiden Hutchinson. I think next year about to take another jump. You know what I'm saying? So I think Will Anderson is going to take that type of leap. So we're going to find out. But I just think that division is going to be real interesting.
I agree. I do have the teams that the Titans are playing. Y'all want to go through them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not the schedule, but the teams they're playing, we know. So, obviously, the division. So, I'm not going to mention any of those. Those could that could be 3-3, 2-4. Don't matter right now.
Right.
So, Titans versus the Bears.
L.
Hey, that could be that's a coin flip.
I got Bears
in that. L. I got the Bears on me.
Bro, I think the one thing
the AFC North.
I think the one thing y'all are overestimating about the Bears, though, is that Caleb still has to get through a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. I don't think he's pulling the CJ, bro.
Thank you, J-Rob. Thank you.
I think he is. He is.
Trent, how many CJs do we get, gang? We've only
had another one in the chamber.
We only had one CJ. We got one CJ.
I respect
we got another one in the chamber. That would be fire, though. If he does, that wouldn't be surprised. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be surprised.
So if we think CJ can do if we think Caleb can do a CJ, then we don't think much of DeMeco Ryans, do we? Because that's the difference, man. Not only is CJ a hell of a leader, your coach was a hell of a leader too. Like, people forget coaching matters.
Early, what you talking about?
You're saying that Caleb could do what CJ did, right?
Yes.
But I think that not only what CJ was as far as a leader, I think also CJ had a great coach with a great team who believed in their coach too. I don't trust.
Also too, DeMeco is a defensive-minded coach though.
That's cool, but whether he's defensive-minded or not, he is the coach of the entire team.
Yeah, but also too, when you have a guy that's nice, sometimes you got a terrorist at a coach, you can still ball. So me personally,
well, you name me a couple guys who did that. Name me the guys.
Justin Herbert. Boom.
Yeah, fair. Actually,
did he get off? My thing is hard. Wait.
He didn't get off. He threw for 5K. He had one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time. Yes, he got off.
Respect.
Even the first year with Brandon Staley.
Wait, so my question is this: is are the Bears winning more than 7 games next season?
Fuck you, Trent.
Hell yeah.
You had that one ready.
Hell yeah.
I'm here for that.
Hell yeah. I double that.
I'm gonna say they not. I say they gonna win. I say they win. They win.
You think they win less games than what they did last?
I think the Bears are over 500.
I think they win 8 to 9 games max.
They win at 10.
So 9 and 8. So
I'm here for 9. I'm here for 9. 9. 10.
They win at 10.
But okay, I got some more.
The division. I'm gonna be honest. I just think their division is dumb hard.
This division potentially can have 3 teams.
The only team that I'm counting out is the Vikings. But maybe Sam Darnold, right? Hey. JJ McCarthy, right? JJ McCarthy, right?
Hey,
I think the
maybe.
more
Which rookie better, JJ versus Caleb? Oh my God! Don't let JJ McCarthy win it. Oh Lord,
I can't wait for the JJ
I
McCarthy.
can't.
Like,
If
8
JJ
interceptions
McCarthy
the
goes
first
to the
3 games.
Vikings, every time they play head to head this season is going to be cinema.
Oh,
Cinema.
the
Do you
narratives
think?
are
Do you
gonna be
think that CJ, that Caleb, that the Bears team will believe in Caleb the moment he touches down? Like, or now when I say like, I don't think they. Like, I'm not saying they will never will, but I think it will be a little rift when he first gets there.
I'm gonna be honest.
As a superstar guy who like
Yeah.
like kind of how they look at Russell Wilson. Like a lot of them are already looking at him like.
I personally, to answer that, I personally feel like he gonna have a bit. He gonna have to get the guys to respect him in the locker room, because you got to also remember some guys in the locker room been playing in the league for a decade at least. You know, they of a different era from where he's from. You know, obviously, I think some people do. You heard Jalen Johnson. You know, don't bring none of that Hollywood stuff out here. And I don't think he was trying to say it to be disrespectful. I think he was just saying like
Chicago, blue collar.
like this is just different. Like you got to just come ready to work when you get here. But then, but you got to also remember, people care about the other things that Caleb does. So there's probably people in the locker room like me and Trent don't care about it, but some people do care about the pink phone case and the nails and stuff like that. And so when he gets into the locker room, he gonna have to prove like this has nothing to do with my game. You know, like
they gotta win. They gotta win for them.
CJ can't be the standard though. We can't be expecting CJ. We can't be expecting quarterbacks like CJ.
But we've seen good quarterbacks come in and do good the first year. Kyler, Herbert, Stroud.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But I don't think y'all realize Stroud was. I think that's the best.
It's different, yeah. You can't.
Like,
Stroud is not the standard. He's an anomaly.
But
not to mention everybody
like Herbert threw Herbert threw a lot of yards,
7 years, y'all.
But
like,
his
he's a natural leader.
Yeah.
You said what?
Everybody on that team said the boy literally led like he was playing. He was in the league for 7 years already. Like they said, that his mindset and the way he prepared for the game was astronomical. It was very mature. Like that's one thing that really made guys go, "Damn, I like this guy even more," because he literally like what a lot of guys don't have is the ability to lead a team. You are the youngest guy probably on your team, and you're the quarterback of the team. Okay, you went high in the draft, so now we're looking at you to lead the team, right? Okay. But to be able to really galvanize with his guys, really be able to really mingle with his guys. We've seen so many quarterbacks not do it, like not get in the trenches with your guys, not be around your guys where they love you the way they did CJ. So stop acting like everybody got that.
But I'm saying, even though we're talking about quarterbacks coming in and playing good, Dak has done it, Russ has done it, Baker had a good rookie year. We talked about the Herberts and CJs, like Kylers, Cams, RG3s. These guys are the top guys coming in from the draft. And also for a number one pick, this will be the best situation a number one pick has.
But a lot of the teams you named had astronomical defenses behind them.
The Bears
named a couple teams that.
What?
The Bears have a great defense. I'm dead ass.
And I'm saying Bears have a top 10 defense. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're winning 10
Can't
games.
do that. The Panthers, they were still struggling.
Mac Jones, you can't say he can't be better than Mac Jones' rookie year.
Yeah, of course, for sure.
They're winning. If you got Mac Jones level play, you're winning 9 games.
I got the Bears getting 10 games.
If the Bears win 7 games and Caleb was underperforming with this roster in year one, I'm gonna get on his ass because that's not like this is the best situation we've seen from a quarterback like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. Even though I'm not high on DeAndre Swift, I don't think he's good. Still a solid running back. You have
the backup.
But I still think they get rolled twice by the Packers.
Rolled twice is crazy. By the Lions. Rolled twice is crazy.
They're splitting with the Packers
because when they played the Lions last year. First off, they beat the Lions
I didn't steal one.
And in the first game, they made Jared Goff throw like 4 picks. Like
I think they play better this year. I think the Lions play better this year.
Oh, yeah, like the Lions.
I think the Bears play better this year. What?
I still think Lions sweep them and Packers sweep them. So
I don't know who we think the Lions are. Just gonna be steamrolling teams in a division like that.
This.
I ain't gonna lie.
Lions fans.
I can steamroll Justin Fields and the Bears.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm gonna tell y'all right now though. I do want Caleb Williams to be good because every time he's good, I'm just gonna pull up this clip right here, bro.
What clip?
Like, what is that? Remember that video of me saying random? What does that have to do with the people in the football games? It's all about people.
That ass, bro. Like,
y'all see this?
No,
you got to share the screen first, bro.
Caleb Williams loving some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Is that lipstick?
All right, thanks, Elle. How about 2 Heisman Trophy winners here To support
He
you
looks
guys,
like a
Steve
more
Leonard
handsome
earlier,
version of
now
you,
Caleb
Riddell.
Williams loving some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
My dog is really like my
He
dog
just
is
ran
really.
early?
I think
Well,
he
early,
really about to
okay.
be dumb nice. I'm not gonna lie. To have the confidence to
Yeah, I
do
think
that,
that-
knowing you
Gotta
play
respect
football,
Yeah.
like you gotta really understand, y'all. Like I'm not gonna ever paint my nails pink and wave around a pink phone. But
At
this
the end of
might
the day,
be-
y'all, he from the
this
DMV,
might-
so we ain't
this
gonna say
might-
too much on my guy.
Yeah.
He's
Hold on,
from my
I'ma say this,
city.
though.
Let's
I'ma say
relax,
this, though.
dog.
Y'all remember this though. Y'all remember this. Dennis Rodman was a dog. You couldn't say nothing about it.
You can't.
Nobody said nothing to Dennis.
Well,
Who
they're
said
scared.
anything
They're
to
scared
Dennis?
of him, man, not gonna lie.
If Caleb Williams is really going out there throwing 40 touchdowns, y'all can't say nothing. And I'm
Well,
gonna
first
bring
of all,
that
Dennis
up.
was an extreme
And I'm bringing
athlete,
up, and I'm bringing up
Dennis
the
had
every time. I might pull up with the pinks if he go crazy. You feel me? Because
Oh, he
why
gonna
dare
have
you?
he
Whoa,
gonna have
no,
kids
we're
with the pink.
clipping that. I dare you to do that.
He might start
Yo,
a trend.
if
He
Caleb-
might really
if
start a
Caleb-
trend. He starts winning.
If Caleb
might really start a trend.
if Caleb Williams throws more than 35 touchdown passes his rookie year, I'll pull up with pink nails.
No,
Stamp
if
that.
Caleb,
Yeah,
if Caleb throw more than
35 touchdowns his
Whoa,
rookie
whoa,
year,
whoa.
I dare pull up
if
with the
Caleb
pink.
throw more than
Yo, it's gonna be halfway.
I'm
the
pulling
season.
up here
Caleb
looking
at
like
28 passing
Ron
touchdowns.
Paul.
Bro,
I'm doing the
Caleb-
hair and everything.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's just,
Yeah, I might dye my hair,
I
bro.
might do that. I might
bro,
do
I'm
the,
just saying. All I'm saying is, bro.
the
All
little
I'm saying
pump.
is, all I'm saying is, bro, the Caleb Williams discourse and how people talk about Caleb, he just show how what y'all think of how y'all feel as a person. Just how when y'all talk about Caleb, and I don't gotta say too much about it.
Cook, Trent.
I'm not saying y'all. I'm talking about like the people in all that. Yeah,
Nah, say their
No,
names.
no,
Trent.
they-
Nah,
they definitely
you
a
gotta
good
understand.
thing.
I don't care.
I don't
bro.
give a
really
damn.
don't care.
Bro,
don't care. Can he play
Y'all see
football?
y'all see Jalen Green hooping right now?
Ugh.
Nails be black, bro. Like Jared McCain just had 30 in the tournament.
Time out.
And he's
You know,
singing. He be singing on
People
TikTok.
don't remember the sassy Jalen Ramsey era when he was straight dogging, talking crazy. People
He
don't
was
remember
so
that.
sassy. He was
No.
so sassy.
No,
Oh, he was
people
so
don't remember
sassy.
that.
Yo, he was
People
sassy,
don't remember that.
bro.
He be in the interview like, I mean, niggas gotta play at the end of the day. So I mean,
Talk about
at
it.
the end of the day,
But
I'm a
just
man,
go
he a
out
man, and we gotta go up against each other. So
Yo,
I mean,
and the crazy
like, what-
part is he
whose
was
man is
going
this?
out there. He was going out there talking
Really
like that,
dogging.
giving you hell, bro.
That's wrong. Like people don't remember that, bro. But, like I
Yo,
don't.
man,
he pissed Steve Smith off. I mean, he an old dude, and it's time for him to go. It's the new
Yo,
era. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. And let's be honest, real football players know you had a sassy teammate, bro, that was a dog and would really tell you about it. But when they left him, bro, I'm telling you,
bro,
you gotta,
being in an NFL locker room since like 8-10 years old. Man, if you know what I mean, weird people
many-
on the net.
there's too many personalities in the football
Hey,
locker
come
room,
on.
man.
If
It's too
anybody
many.
watch Power, y'all know Ronnie. Hey, I done met some people that imitate Ronnie from Power.
yeah.
Weird. That's just what it is. But they dogs on the field. Hey, you might not want to hang out with them outside the field, but shit on the field, that's your brother. So shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. This one when it comes to football, don't matter, bro. Nobody care, bro. Like,
Winning cures everything. If he's
Winning
winning,
cures-
and playing well,
Winning does
winning
cure
cure everything.
I want y'all to know this though. What Caleb Williams has, right? You think Patrick Mahomes is famous? Caleb Williams, if he's good on top of his personality,
I'm not
he is
gonna lie.
going to be
Little
What
on
Uzo,
fire.
like he's
On
going to
fire.
be
He's gonna be
a
on fire.
super. You listen. You think Patrick Mahomes, like you understand what about Patrick Mahomes is like? Yeah, Patrick Mahomes got that white side.
He's reserved.
But
Yeah,
He's
like,
kind of a cornball. Caleb Williams is the new Teeny Bobbies type of guy. He will be everywhere if he's good.
He have everything.
Everywhere, dog.
more of a
I
personality.
think you gotta realize too in this new generation, like we
He's
got
a
some
rock star if he's good.
we got some NFL athletes now who are really like stars. Like I'll even give on my own team. Sauce Gardner, he's a face of this. He's a celebrity. Like he's not
I just saw him on Twitch with Constant.
Yeah, like he's not. He was with Aiden Ross. Like he's not just. He's very much mainstream name in the mix. Caleb Williams, he go crazy. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what's gonna be good for business at one point? They're gonna be pushing Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud against each other. Like these gonna be our two next greats. Like we want to see these two playing because you got to remember right now you still got Mahomes, Lamar, Josh, Joe, but I think these two young boys coming up. They about damn near the same age. They really only a year apart. So
How old are they?
I think Caleb is 21. I think 21 turned 22, and I think
First
CJ.
and foremost, y'all gonna stop acting like my 23-year-old Brock Purdy ain't finna be right there too. Okay, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. Y'all would hate it if Brock Purdy was looked at
No,
those were the three.
we
Can you imagine? We
wouldn't.
go
No,
for
we
the next
wouldn't.
10
It's
years,
not
and
about
them
Brock
the three,
Purdy. It's not
Purdy,
about Brock
Stroud,
Purdy.
and Caleb Williams. Could you
The
imagine?
moment
what
Purdy
they did
gets
for
paid,
Jerry?
the moment
I
Purdy-
am, yeah, I was about to say, I want to see what Purdy does when his contract kicks in and
Bro,
they can't have a god.
Facts.
Thank
Oh,
you.
They can't
Thank
have a
you.
god.
If he's good, then what?
IU,
And I-
And
and
he's
look,
good,
I-
then
because
what,
look,
G-Baby? Then
Hey,
what?
I'll give him his props. If look, because Brock Purdy at the very least is getting a Daniel Jones contract.
Duke Blaylock, Brock
So-
Purdy's 23 years old. That's what y'all see.
He's
Look at the
actually-
chat. Y'all don't understand how young that boy is. He's a
Actually,
baby.
Actually,
He's a
you're
baby.
lying. Actually, you're lying. He's actually turning 25 this year. He was born
Ooh.
December 27th, 1999, brother. So he's 24.
Okay, well, 25 this year. Still a baby.
Nah, he's still young.
He's
Still very young. Still very young. Still very young. But I just
So
want to
look,
tell you.
all I'm saying is, hey, when they can't pay everybody on that defense
That's
and
what I'm
everybody on
saying.
that offense, and some people gonna have to walk because they don't have the cap space. All right, cool.
Well, I just watched a guy who we look at as the greatest quarterback of all time, even though Tom Brady played for forever, just give up $21 million in cap. So I think that
Purdy's
the
gonna take a pay
era
cut.
of quarterbacks just eating all the money up, I think some guys who want to win will give up a little bit of bread. I think if listen, say something. If Patrick Mahomes did it, there's no other quarterback in the league who can't do it. Because teams will say, "Well, Patrick Mahomes did it."
Brock Purdy.
Everybody
I
had this situation.
understand what you're saying, but Brock.
You do remember? I'm sorry, J. Rob. You do remember Mahomes signed his contract before Daniel Jones, so the market wasn't reset.
And mind you, when
Every quarterback that signed their
You-
contract after
and
Mahomes
also,
is
too,
making more than
we
him.
haven't revisited
Yeah,
this
I
history.
ain't gonna lie,
When
I'm
we
gonna
first
forget.
saw, bro, when we first saw that $500 million, bro, the whole world
It
was
was like
going
baseball. It
insane.
was like baseball.
Yeah, but then when you look at it, if you look at it as a
In
per
retrospect,
year,
yeah,
if you look at
retrospect,
it,
it ain't.
if you look at it,
It's
if you look at it on a
51%.
per year average,
friendly
One at a time, one at a time.
It was a horrible deal when you look
If
at
you-
it. It was a
if you look
horrible
at
deal
it
for
as
players.
a per year
ahead, G.
average, he's not even. If you look
Yeah,
at it
yeah,
as a
it's
per year
not-
average,
It was a
he's not
Scottie
making
Pippen
like
deal.
that.
And also, too,
Yeah.
Early,
Scottie
let me
Pippen
ask you
deal.
this. Early, let me ask you this.
And that's
You
crazy
really
to say a
I
500
got a
million
question for you.
contract.
Like, I have a question for you. You really think you're gonna tell me a QB when he first got in the league was still sharing a house with his team or with a roommate, still living with a roommate? When it's time to get that bag, he not about to ask for that damn near super max.
I'm gonna tell you about a guy who went 6th in the draft and won Super Bowls and was still giving that bread every contract. Never really was paid ever, if we would be honest with you, and was looked at as the best quarterback in the league for 10 plus
He's
years,
talking
but still
about Tom
never
Brady,
really
guys.
was paid.
Wait.
All
Tom
the
Brady,
way
wait.
to
Tom Brady, who had a
Tom Brady
wife,
used to get-
who had
Tom
a
Brady
wife
got the bag
making
before.
$50 million a year. This is it. Tom Brady had
Well,
a
why
wife.
can't hold on? Why
making
can't
$50
Brock
million.
Purdy's handsome? Why you making him a bad bitch?
Hold on. Tom Brady has a
hold on.
wife making $50 million a year. It's a lot easier taking a pay cut when your wife is bringing in $40-50 million.
But that's
All the other
endorsements. He
quarterbacks-
also had
there's another
endorsements.
aspect.
Brock
That's
Purdy
fine,
can get
but the other
endorsements.
quarterbacks don't have that. These
Hold
other
on.
quarterbacks don't have it like
Early.
that.
There's another aspect to
Jerry
this
Rice.
that Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, why it's uncomparable to Brock Purdy. Even if they're not getting top of the end dollars from the NFL, they're making hella money other places. Bro, they're the most marketable people in the NFL, period.
Wait,
Purdy's not getting
Have
that.
you
early.
seen Brock Purdy
What are we
play?
talking about?
wait,
I
early.
guarantee
Here's
you-
the-
okay, guys,
Early,
I
here's
guarantee
the other
this
thing
year
too,
coming
though.
up.
Not even
This
close
year
to
coming
marketable.
up, watch how
So
many
Mahomes
Brock
and
Purdy
Brady.
commercials you see.
Early,
Watch how much
early.
you see that man face.
Early, can I ask you a
Watch how
question?
much it changes.
Early, can I
Super
ask you a
Bowl
question?
appearances would do that. We saw it with Jalen Hurts. We saw it with
Early.
Jalen Hurts. He's
Early.
all over my TV screen.
Bro, Purdy's not.
I'm
Early,
watching
can I
Alabama
ask-
Elementary. Here comes Jalen Hurts. Why is he on Alabama
Early.
Elementary?
Early, can I
He's
ask
not
you a
getting
question?
close.
Early, can I ask you a question? At any point when Tom Brady was taking these pay cuts and so on and so forth, did they have the best linebacker in the league? I don't know if he's highest paid, but obviously he's up there. Edge rusher that they just paid a max contract, and I think he's like top 3 edge rushers paid on an average salary.
Mhm.
And then the running back, CMC's contract, is pretty up there. Best running back in the league. They're paying Kittle. And I mean, we'll see what happens with Ayuk because he can easily get traded. But that's somebody they got to think about paying too.
Evo too.
So
Oh,
can
yeah,
we?
Debo
Okay,
too.
okay.
Y'all. Wait.
So-
I gotta push some propaganda real quick. So I gotta ask y'all something. You feel me? Come on. If you're a GM of a football team, right? You don't see this shit. You're not crashing out for this right here. You're not crashing out. For
Joe
this.
Milton?
Oh my God.
Hey,
Nah, come on. Look.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
That's
Wait.
that's
You know what I would have to say about that, J-Rob? You know what I have to say? J-Rob, you know what I have to say about
That was crazy though.
You know what I have to say about that? I'm actually gonna pull a reverse card on it. If this was a white quarterback, we'd be calling him Zach Wilson.
You know what? Zach Wilson got drafted.
You know why you wouldn't go?
You know why?
You know why?
Because he be getting drafted high off of a pro day.
You know why?
And a nice little throw.
You know why they wouldn't though?
Nice little throw.
Hey, G, hold on, time out. You know why they wouldn't
bro,
though?
bro.
At least Zach Wilson, when he did that, at least he had a film of decent. A film of actually,
Film of middle of the
Okay. Now watch, right?
Decent.
Joe Milton has 6 years of hot ass.
Wait. Okay, better name. If Joe Milton was white, we'd be calling him Christian Hattenberg.
And Christian Hattenberg was ass.
And he went second round.
He did.
Yeah, we're just saying Joe Milton is going to get a higher round than
Guess who drafted him? The New York Jets. We drafted him.
Yo, Jets, are you drafted Joe Milton?
Hey, maybe the Jets should just draft Joe Milton then.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm the Jets. Why not draft Joe Milton?
In the second round, J-Rob? In the second round, J-Rob?
Hey, you know what?
Hey, you want to draft him in the second round, J-Rob?
Fourth or fifth round.
If we get him in the third, fourth, or the fourth.
Fourth or fifth round.
I thought Joe Milton is a.
Now, honestly though, you know what else too? I'm gonna be honest. Forget that. You know what? If I'm being honest about the quarterback position, I would love for the Jets to draft Spencer Rattler at some point.
Yeah, thank you.
Because if you look at, I'm not calling this kid Aaron Rodgers, but the arm talent coming out of college, a guy like Aaron Rodgers is a guy he can really learn from because of the style of play. What?
Aren't you the same one that said Aaron Rodgers don't really galvanize his troops and actually mold guys and stuff? Aren't you the same one who said that about Aaron?
But J-Rob, can I be honest?
Hold on. Let me answer to his point. Yeah, but I clearly need to put a sock in my mouth because you see love is in the air.
Okay.
Love in the air.
Let me say this though.
Oh my gosh. J-Rob, I hope for your sake. J-Love does not come in here and pull a T-Law. I hope for your sake he doesn't. They better not be last in their division.
He won't do
that. Yeah, he won't.
You know what I see though? When I see a quarterback that's big and burly and can throw that beat down the field, and he a black guy.
Jamarcus Russell. Shout out Jamarcus. Got it.
We've been fooled before. We've been fooled before. He throwing 60 on the knee, y'all.
He ain't wrong though. He ain't wrong. That's true. He ain't wrong.
He throwing 60 on the knee.
Jamarcus' arm was crazy.
Joe Milton going to the Jets will be fired because that's another weapon for Aaron Rodgers. Boom.
Facts. Put that boy tight end. Put that boy tight end and put him in the I formation.
You know what's so crazy? We can say this about Joe Milton. Why? Why are we saying this about him?
Because he is dope.
He has no film.
Because his ability as a quarter. Because he's a great athlete, can throw the ball far, but he's not really good at the quarterback position, right?
No.
What
you about to say? No, whoa, G baby. What you about to say, G baby?
No.
When I say Debo is a top 10 running back, and you change his position,
it is not the same.
Because that receiver, he don't really do nothing like that. Y'all get on me. Hold on. Joe Milton can be tight end, edge rusher, running back.
This I know he's trolling. Why are we saying Joe Milton is that bad? If you turn on just 1 year of Joe Milton, he is the worst quarterback, or probably he's dead ass in the same tier with Jeff Sims. Both dog water quarterbacks. They all suck. They both suck. Compared it to Deebo Samuel, it is so disgusting. He is I can't even
because if you change Deebo's position from wide receiver to running back,
dog shit is not even a definition of Joe Milton. I don't know what to call. He is ass.
He's not a quarterback. You're saying he's not a quarterback.
Debo's not a receiver.
I know.
That's the parallel, Jalen.
Hold on. I know Duke was trolling.
Debo is crazy.
I know Duke was trolling because we're not gonna act like Jamarcus wasn't drafted number 1 overall.
I'm not gonna lie.
He had all the chances.
Bro,
at one point they sent him home with blank tapes and asked him if he watched film. He said yes.
Jamarcus Russell coming out of college is super hindsight.
That sounds like the Draft Day movie. That's what that sounded like to me.
No, whoa. Jamarcus Russell had problems. Like he had character problems from the jump.
No, I'm saying.
He was basically in college though.
David Clowney to the
Jamarcus
Panthers, by the way.
was nice as hell at LSU, but I'm saying he got the league. It's a complete bust. That's what I'm saying. It's hindsight.
Clowney went to the Panthers.
Yeah, he went to the Panthers.
That's another guy who got
They did
really
it
hyped.
again,
No, he
Brian
didn't.
Lance,
Man,
man.
yeah.
I think that whole
Wait.
we want to get guys.
You said
I thought he
Clowney
was
went to
the
the
Jets.
Panthers?
Clowney went to the
Time,
Panthers.
Is that
Yeah,
the Brian Burns replacement?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
He would pick the Panthers over the Jets.
Yeah, he trolled the Jets. Oh, yeah, he straight
Yeah.
trolled.
He been-
I ain't gonna lie though. He
And
probably
everything.
I ain't gonna lie. You know what it's about though. We all know what it's about. It's that bread. It's money.
Yeah,
He's just a mercenary.
I
at
hope
this
we ain't
point.
pay him a lot.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He wasn't cracking our pockets. He wasn't. Because I ain't gonna lie. Also, we'll also draft Latu at 10 if we have to, bro. So
Boy, if y'all get lots of, oh nah.
you gotta also think we got Mike Will made it. You feel me? So we don't have to get it. We don't have to get a wide receiver.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't know. I thought Mike Will was like 25.
I want y'all to know right now, though.
7 years.
But I want y'all to
And
know
been
right
mid
now.
the whole
29?
time. And
that
been
boy
mid
was
the
that
whole
boy.
time.
But I
Bro,
will
he
say
played
this. I will say this right now, though.
early. He
If he
played
goes
with
to-
Phillip Rivers, gang. He played
That was a
with
mid-ass
Phillip Rivers.
receiver, y'all. I didn't
If
know he was
Mike
in the league
Will-
that long.
if
It didn't
Mike
do nothing.
Will-
Yes,
if
bro.
Mike
Mike Will
Will
good as hell,
goes
bro.
off, if Mike Will go off with Aaron Rodgers, I'm pushing different propaganda.
Bro, Mike Williams.
At
Bro,
29?
Mike Williams healthy is a solid receiver. G maybe just hate him just to come
Bro,
out.
he not. He barely
Yo, look what-
like that, bro. Like, come on,
Stop.
bro.
Bryce is crazy.
Yo, let me ask you
Y'all
this. Let me ask you this.
Christopher
Let
weird as
me ask you
hell.
this. Actually, because Bama bringing up the Panthers, we're talking about the Panthers and this acquisition of Clowney. What are your hopes for the Panthers this season? Early, is Bryce Young going to take a step up, or is he going to show that he is a first round,
But if anybody know
first
that
overall pick? Excuse me.
if anybody know me know that I'm already listening, dog. I don't know if anybody. I don't know if you guys ever bought a Rolex. Anybody here bought a Rolex before? But a lot of time with Rolexes, you got to be put on a waiting list to get a Rolex. So I'm on a wait list to get a Rolex because I am hoping and praying that we are shit this year and we get Shador so I can hold my Rolex up with Shador at Carolina Panther games. Okay. I am not rooting. I'm not only not rooting for the Panthers, I'm rooting against the Panthers. I will be rooting for all Atlanta Falcon games. I will be in Tampa with Trent, dancing to the Bakers, man. I will be in NOLA with some crawfish, rooting for the Saints. I'm hoping that we are one of the worst teams in the NFL this year again because now we have our first round pick. And with that pick, I believe that we go get Shador and Caleb Williams. And Caleb. So whatever his name is. Love is just not Love. I'm sorry. Young is another.
Different, bro.
Jimmy Clausen. That's how much I hate him. I don't know his name. He's another Jimmy Clausen, and Shador is just another.
See. Early
day to day.
Early, you sad with it, bro. You are sad with it. You are sad with it.
I'm been type of rooting with you,
even though me and J-Rob were talking about the Panthers and talking about how they might actually have been decent this year. When you look at this season, G-Baby was right. They were ass. They were dog shit. So, say if they suck another year, you taking out Bryce and putting in Shador would be the same exact thing.
Shador will probably struggle with that roster too.
Like it will be the same exact thing.
It just look a little cooler because the one touchdown you'll throw every 3 weeks.
So, that's why the
rollie
y'all be so quick to give out these quarters. Oh, he was in that situation, this and that. But when it comes to Bryce Young, you don't want to hear it. Like, what's your gripe with this dude, bro?
I don't know, man. He would. I'm sorry. I think on by not. I'm the ex-girl.
It's because CJ Stroud's nice. That's why he hates. That's why he hates Bryce Young.
Listen, I'm the ex-girlfriend who could have had CJ, but I went with Bryce because I gave him a chance. He was a broke nigga. I thought he was going to be able to get it done, and I watched Shador. I watched CJ. He out here getting money, and I could have been on his arm as his eye candy and his wife, but I'm stuck with Bryce Young, and we struggling over here.
Hold on. Jalen, what early fails to represent is that, okay, you brought him to your crib got roaches, like the place is low-key, like, what call it, abandoned, like you don't take care of yourself, and now you get mad at Bryce that he can't fix you because he broke. Like, why are you not accounting for how bad the Panthers were also?
I do think CJ's success definitely makes Bryce look really bad. CJ's success makes Bryce look even
accountability. Well, I think accountability. Yes, we sucked last year. Yes, Bryce could have had more help last year. But did you see CJ though? Did you see CJ though?
Okay, there's one thing that I think we need to.
What are we talking about?
There's one thing that I think we need to remember about these Texans because yes, shout out CJ Stroud. You did what you did with a bunch of unprovens as your number one because that was the thing. Nico Collins had already been there, but Davis Mills was throwing them the ball. He could be nice. We don't know. I don't even know how much Mechie played for real, because that's what they was talking about before they drafted Tank Dell. They got Dalton Schultz with like, well, it's better than what you had, but we don't know. The running game, we knew Damian Pierce was okay at the time. We didn't think Devin Singletary was going to take his job. So when we looked at the Texans roster with year one DeMeco Ryans, what they did, they signed a bunch of cheap veterans. They signed a bunch of cheap veterans that had been in the league long enough. They weren't eye-popping, but they had been in the league and they were solid players on that defense. You already had what's old boy name? The corner. I don't know why he's slipping.
Stephon Gilmore.
Derek Stingley.
Yeah, Stingley. They already had Stingley there. They got Will Anderson, and their rookies balled. And when we look at that team, though, that team was not great coming in. Like we were looking at it like, I don't know, we'll see, but you know what I mean? But the team wasn't great. Now, the reason why CJ is getting elevated is because he played above his expectations. But if CJ Stroud would have came in and they would have won 4 or 5 games, nobody would have been shocked. And let's be real, are we really killing Bryce like this if CJ Stroud wins 4 or 5 games?
But
I don't think we are. I don't think we are.
I troll, but let's understand something. I watch every Panthers game, and I promise you, we can sit down and watch the all 22 with every one of y'all. I actually watched Bryce Young play the quarterback position, and I think he is not ready to play the quarterback position. I think Bryce would have been a great guy. I've been on record to say this. If I'm being serious, I think he was a guy who should have came in behind somebody, watched the guy for a couple of years, a la Jordan Love, and then become the guy. I don't think from the jump he was a guy you were going to drop into a situation and he was going to elevate a team, okay? When you watch Bryce Young play, he makes a lot of mistakes, not just as a rookie, but as a guy who doesn't believe in himself a lot of times. It was a lot of times where he definitely was scared and timid in the pocket. It was a lot of throws he didn't make. Like, that's the thing. Like, I know we talk smack and I troll a lot when it comes to Bryce Young, but let's be real. He didn't play quarterback well, period. Even when he had time, there were times where he made bad throws, bad reads, bad decisions. But for this guy that everybody looked at as this chosen guy who was supposed to be the guy who made all the right reads and was very, improv out of the pocket, he didn't show none of that this year. And I watched a Andy Dalton bring his ass into the game.
Who's a veteran of 12 years.
That's not a good excuse, bro. He's the first overall pick. I'm not going to do that shit, bro.
I hear you.
Nah, okay, Riddell, that's... Riddell, that's where you die on a bad hill, bro. No, because here's the thing. That's where you die on a bad hill. And I'm not saying maybe specifically here, but overall, for example, that's like saying, I don't care, Zach Wilson, you were the number 2 overall pick. Well, we know damn well he should have been. That's like saying, I don't care, Mitch Trubisky, you were the number 2 overall pick. Well, we know damn well he should have been. Sometimes
then that's a good.
But I'm saying sometimes teams draft you higher than what you should be. So
is Bryce Young that guy?
That would TBD. We don't know. TBD.
I mean, that's the point. That's the point right now.
But you're saying there's no excuse.
It's not a bust.
They're saying
it isn't because
he wasn't because he was the number 1 overall pick, but he was the number 1 overall pick on a team with nothing. Adam Thielen was their best weapon.
I have a question. I have a genuine question. So we're excusing Andy Dalton coming in right in and playing clearly better than Bryce that game?
No,
I'm
not.
We're not excusing it.
Bro, we're not excusing that. But
he was a vet. He was a vet.
It's literally the same thing.
I'm with you.
If you got shit, you got shit. It don't matter if you played for 10 years or 1 year. That should both suck.
It is literally the same thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua that first year. Tua was not ready. I don't know why they brought him in, because at least in that situation, Fitz was playing perfectly fine. So, but what happened? He wasn't ready, and they brought in the veteran to save them. That's what happened with Andy. Andy Dalton's been here.
If
you're on
a start by saying that Bryce Young wasn't ready.
Yes, clearly. My point is, if you're on a bad team in your rookie year, 9 times out of 10, a veteran, especially one like Andy Dalton who's been there a decade plus, is gonna look better than a rookie who clearly isn't ready. On a bad team, no less.
Especially when you're not being supported.
9 times out of 10. Because let's be real, Bryce Young. Because let's be real, Bryce Young is not.
The expectation is that a backup shouldn't be better than you.
If you're the first overall,
Andy
How many first overall picks are great out the gate, Riddell? How many first overall pick quarterbacks are great out the gate?
First off, Andy Dalton was literally starting the year prior. Literally just starting. So it's not like he was on the bench for forever. He was just starting.
He's not like he's Matt Moore, Riddell.
He played 16 games the year before.
Andy Dalton is Matt Moore right now. Like, what are we talking about?
Bro, he was playing better than Jameis, and they both been in here a while. You wonder
Jameis overall pick should be better than Jameis Winston. Like, I don't.
You're saying no. Okay, I think you're focusing on the names and not the point. The point is Bryce Young. Let's be real. Coming out, even though it was between him and CJ, none of them. Well, by most, I won't say everybody. A lot of them weren't looked at on the talent level of like Mahomes or Deshaun or any of them dudes. They weren't looked at on that talent level. CJ Stroud, I think the reason we're kind of looking at Bryce Young so negatively right now is because CJ Stroud, let's keep it a buck, over-delivered on expectations. We didn't think they would be winning the division year one. And mind you, he missed 3 games. If he's there, who knows if it changes? But he missed 3 games, right? So we didn't think they'd be winning the division year one, and we didn't think they would look that good doing it either. So, yes, he overexceeded, but if he would have came back down to his expectations, we wouldn't be sitting here saying, oh, you're the number 2 overall pick. You should be better. No, because he was going into a situation. Both of them were going into shitty situations. Bad situations.
I know
the Texans were a little bit better, but both of those situations were bad.
I promise y'all, I bet CJ Stroud plays better. I really wish that we could have seen CJ Stroud play for the Panthers, and y'all would have the same excuse. I think Bryce, even with the team that the Texans had, I think Bryce still would have been some.
CJ Stroud was supported. CJ Stroud was supported, whether or not it's by veterans, the coaching staff. They clearly did stuff to support him.
And wait.
How are you absolving the organization from this? They're supposed to last a full year, Riddell.
No, let's be honest. Let's be very honest with Bryce Young. You can say all you want with G-Bay when it comes to the context and all that. The conclusion for all the things you're saying is Bryce Young was ass in his first year playing football. That is the context. You're the first overall pick, and you played terrible. You were not good. Now, Bryce Young, I'm not gonna give up on Bryce Young because later on, the latter end, like the last 5 games, he showed a little flashes. It's like, you are the first overall pick. We're going to give you more opportunity. Fine. But let's be very clear. He played terrible. And the moment Andy Dalton, the backup, came in, he balled out and revitalized that.
The moment Andy Dalton came in, nobody's 10 years of NFL experience who played in these situations before. How do you just discount that, Riddell?
Discount what?
Riddell, discount the years of experience that he has.
Riddell. That's like, Riddell. Nobody is saying he didn't play bad. Everybody up here knows he played bad. Everybody knows that. Nobody is disputing that. However, and I'm only going to speak for me because I've been saying since the jump, this team was awful. This team wasn't good. So don't expect Bryce Young to do nothing crazy.
So we're saying CJ Stroud for sure had a better team, right? For sure.
Yeah, he had a better team and situation.
Yeah. I mean, no, granted. Wait.
Did the Panthers beat them?
That doesn't mean anything, bro. That doesn't mean anything, bro. That doesn't mean anything, bro. That doesn't mean anything. Now, granted, yes, even though the Texans were a better team, let's be real, the Texans still outperformed them. Everybody across the board on that team outperformed their expectations. But, however, I'm going to say it again. Everybody knows Bryce Young was bad. Everybody knows he did not play well. Again, I knew this was going to happen because I told y'all this team wasn't good. However, yes, he was the number 1 overall pick. But just because you were the number 1 overall pick, most teams that get picked number 1 overall, you're going to a bad team. You're not the Bears where you just got blessed into the number 1 because the team you traded for was awful. So, yes, you're going to go into not every quarterback hits the ground running. The perfect example I brought up earlier. It took Mr. Trubisky 3 years to have a good season. We all knew he shouldn't have been the number 2 overall pick.
Please get that all-22 ready, Trent. We watching that today. Get that all-22 ready.
That's fine. That's fine. Again,
we can watch tonight, bro.
You want to watch the all-22.
He said, I'm tired of this.
To show us that Bryce Young was bad. Nobody disagrees with that. The point is, you're talking about, well, Andy Dalton came in. Andy Dalton's been in the league 10 years. Bryce Young, when you have a rookie
Who knows how to
who's
handle
not ready to
situations
play,
like this, who's
and
well
doing-
versed in these
and
situations.
the other thing too, that we're not acknowledging. Remember, Frank Reich didn't want him.
Do you hear this
Frank
nigga?
Reich
He know
wanted
how to
CJ
handle
Stroud for a
situations.
reason.
If the team is as bad as y'all said it was, it's bad. I don't give a
Okay.
damn who played
Hold on,
quarterback.
hold on.
Stop
Real
all
quick,
this,
early.
he
Let
came
me
in
ask
and he
you.
was a
Let me
vet.
ask you
He
a
knew how
quick
to handle
question.
situations.
Early. Let
Just
me
say
ask you a
Bryce
quick
Young
question.
sucked.
A
Early,
veteran
let me ask you a
versus
quick
a year
question.
one
Hold
guy.
on.
Why are we
Let me ask
acting
you a
like that
quick
doesn't
question.
matter?
But
A
that's your
veteran
playback.
versus a year one guy?
G-Baby, please wait. Let me ask you a quick question, Early. You're at a comedy show, right? You're supposed to perform, and the crowd is hostile, or it's a terrible club. Who's going to handle that better? A comic fresh on the scene, or you who's been in the game for a while?
But
Who's
I'm
gonna
gonna
handle
tell
that
you
better?
something. I'm gonna tell you something because you want to come to my field. Let's have fun. If a
Answer
nigga
the
is
question,
I'm
Earl.
gonna
Answer
show
the
you something. I'm gonna
question.
show you something.
Let him-
I'm gonna show you something. If a nigga is nice, a la Dave Chappelle, 14, 15 years old, hitting grown people comedy clubs, looking like a prodigy.
For the
Like if he nice, he nice.
the
It don't
GOAT?
matter what
The
crowd
GOAT?
you
Hey,
put
let's
in.
stay there.
If he
Hey, let's
nice,
stay
he
there.
nice.
The
Okay,
GOAT?
early. I love that.
The GOAT?
Early. I love that. Let's stay there. Early. Let's stay
He
there.
ain't the GOAT neither.
Nobody thinks Bryce Young is Dave Chappelle in this analogy, bro. Nobody thinks that.
So if no, whoa. So if you are, let me say something. Can you name the number one overall quarterback picks? Like, think about what I'm saying, you guys. That's my whole point. Y'all proving me right. You took him number one as if he was a Dave Chappelle. So when I criticize this mofo, when a quarterback that went behind him played better than him, when I think the quarterback that went a couple 15 spot could have been better than him, like there were guys I'm looking at your boy AR. I'm looking at CJ Stroud. Like there were better picks than him. I don't care what nobody says. And I believe that we will look back 10 years from now and say he was one of the worst quarterbacks in this draft.
Yes, them quarterbacks definitely played better, but they also went to better teams, better situations. And then, guys, Bryce Young's rookie year, they fired his head coach midseason.
That's tough. The tough shakeup.
What year one quarterback?
Because his head coach didn't want him. His head coach wanted CJ Stroud. David Tepper wanted him.
Early.
You're proving my point.
I don't want you anyway, nigga.
You're proving
Never
my
wanted
point.
you.
So you have a head coach that didn't want. It's literally Justin Fields with Matt Nagy. You have a head coach that don't want you. So is he going to put you in the best positions for you? No. And the team was dog. And the team was dog water.
All right.
Hold on. Wait. I want to look at. Hold on. I'll let you guys talk. I want to look at the last few quarterbacks who were drafted first overall, right? So you have Bryce Young, who was drafted, right? Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Jameis Winston. Those are the quarterbacks. I think you can make a case based on the wide receivers that Bryce Young was working with.
Cam Newton.
Bryce Young was in the worst situation.
Still has Steve Smith though, bro.
Bryce Young was in the worst situation out of all those quarterbacks. Bryce
was in the worst?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence did have worse situation.
Okay. But I'm not mad.
He's second worst.
I know we still bailing Trevor Lawrence out for that situation.
Nobody.
And J-Rob, not we, J-Rob. Just
like
I swear to God, I gotta find that clip because I remember that clip because I think I had sent you. Because I think I said to you, like, I can't believe you taking that cop out. I remember that shit. I'm telling you, the tape.
So you gotta get Bryce the same one. You gotta get Bryce the same one, though.
I gotta find that tape because Trent know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, I was there for that.
The pass is gone. The pass is gone at this point.
I know random, but I'm really saying that because I'm subbing you because you did it too. I just gotta find the episode. We done did so many damn episodes by
everybody because look, Baker Mayfield is having his best season. But like obviously he had that one after Odell got hurt and they made the playoffs. But like, and he went through what 4 head coaches in 4 years. We talk about Justin Fields and Daniel Jones all the time with how many coaches they
actually Jared Edge had Jeff Fisher. Thank you,
rookie year.
Number one overall picks are not going to be great your first year.
Let's be clear.
That might be the worst situation.
Most number one overall picks.
Jeff Fisher was the quarterback killer.
I bet if you put Jerry Goff back up there, he would have played better.
Early, so it was. Well, let's be very clear.
Yeah, Tavon on.
We all here said that he was playing bad first year, but I'm not with Early in the sense that you give up on Bryce Young. You need to give him some time to see who he really is. But when a team drafts a quarterback, they're not drafting him to be freaking Baker Mayfield or Justin Fields. They're drafting him to go, yo, I need you to be my franchise guy, and I need you to lead my team. And if you guys, G Baby and Randy,
and even if you bad, show me flashes. Even if you bad, even if the team is bad,
You're not
please show
supporting
me
him at
flashes.
all early. What am I supposed to do
I think
with that?
he showed a tiny bit. But my question for you, G Baby and Random, then
CJ couldn't make Jonathan Mingo look good, but I could. But I mean, I seen Nico though. That's what I'm saying. I seen Nico.
At the end of the day, hold on, wait a minute. Let's get Adam Thielen still had 1,100 yards and 100 catches, guys. Let's not act like he had 40 catches for 500 yards. Adam Thielen still had a Pro Bowl-like year for most
He
guys.
was the only guy they had. He was the only
And
guy
Adam
they
Thielen's
had.
another one guy.
Noah Brown in the games he actually was featured in, bro. For the season, he was averaging 17 yards a catch, bro. That was 18th best in the
only
entire
guy
league.
they had early.
Wide
He was the only
open,
guy who
bro.
could make a move.
He had about
What are we
600
talking
yards on the
about?
season, but he still had. Wasn't one game he had like 200 yards, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, this is the same Noah Brown that played with Dak Prescott, who y'all say is top 10, but he would never look like this with Dak. But hey,
Noah Brown had 172 on the Bengals, my guy. Like, yo,
He went crazy.
the Bengals secondary is garbage. But Riddell, what was your question?
Yeah, my question for y'all too. Okay, with what you know now, in y'all personal opinion, because I hear you, G Baby, when you're saying that Bryce Young probably wasn't the right pick. Where should Bryce Young have gone?
Thank you.
Oh, you talking about in like a re-quarterback?
You know what we talking about, nigga. Get to the answer.
Nah, don't do that because you took forever to answer his question too. Don't do that to me. Anyways, are you talking? So
He didn't answer my question. He pivoted. No, G Baby, no, hold up. He didn't even answer my question. He pivoted. That's what he ended up doing and brought up Dave Chappelle.
I mean,
one
he
of the
did do
greatest
that.
comedians of
He did
all
do that.
time. What are we talking about? You didn't even answer my question.
So
Representative
if
Hurley,
we're-
what are we
if
talking
we're
about?
basing-
Random.
If you're
Shut the fuck
telling
up.
me to
No, answer my question, bro.
if you're telling me to base it off their rookie season, well then obviously I'm not taking him before the other guys, before AR. And if I'm basing it just off the rookie season, no, I'm not taking him before AR and CJ. Why would I? But if you're telling me to still
Will
take
Levis
into
neither.
account that college tape too,
Stop it.
Wait, again, why not, G? Why would you not take Bryce over AR?
Yeah, I was gonna say AR was like
Why
fine,
not?
but he wasn't some like exceptional great.
Because when we
Right.
had this conversation,
you hear me?
wait, no, when we had this conversation a couple months ago.
No. Are you talking about when we did that list? Are you talking about
thing?
Y'all
It's the
said
same
Will
thing.
Levis. That's the one. That's the one.
the same thing,
No.
G-Baby.
Will
It's
Levis.
the same thing.
No.
Nigga,
Will,
AR
y'all
only
said
played
Will
4
Levis.
games.
No, y'all said Will
It's
Levis.
the same
Y'all said
thing.
Will Levis. Y'all said Will Levis.
If you read
It's
this
the same
draft today,
thing.
Bryce is going second.
said-
Bryce is the second quarterback on the board.
No,
He's
because
the
this
second
I
quarterback
would
on the board.
No. It's not
This
the
was
same
the
because
logic.
you said Will
Y'all
Levis.
told
Bro.
me.
That's what we were
Y'all
talking
told me
about.
because
Will
Bryce
Levis
is
and
so in a
AR are
bad
not in the same
situation.
stratosphere, bro. Don't do
Y'all
that.
told
bro.
me if
Don't do that,
if
bro.
Bryce is such in a bad situation, if you put him on these other teams, he'll look so much better. So why not Bryce still go number 1 in the redraft thing?
Yeah.
Because you put Bryce on the
Wait,
Texas. Do you
Instead
not
of
agree?
CJ, no, he go 2 behind CJ. He go
Offseason?
2 behind CJ. CJ is an
go 2
exception.
behind
He go
CJ.
2 behind CJ.
Okay, so you said in a redraft. You said in the redraft why he would still not go 1. Well, he's going back to the
number
bad
2. He's
situation.
top 2 at least.
However, you bringing up that list. The reason I got mad is because you said Will Levis. If you would have put AR over him, I wouldn't have batted an eye. I didn't bat an eye, mind you. It was when you said Will Levis was top 5. That's when I batted the eye.
If it's based off this season in a redraft, Will go over
Now-
Bryce. What the fuck?
I'm
Matt.
still Will Levis to me.
He
Will
played
Levis
way
to
better
me.
than Bryce Young. He played clearly way better than Bryce Young. And it's not close. Bryce is a bottom 5 quarterback this year. That nigga was
Give
damn near
Bryce
bottom
the
3.
honest talk.
That nigga
I mean-
sucked. So what are we talking about?
No.
No.
He
He
also had.
You also had D-Hop and Derrick Henry.
He
You also
had Mike
D-Hop and Derrick Henry.
Vrabel.
What are we talking about?
He had
You know
Derrick
I'm right.
Henry.
You know I'm right.
me?
You know I'm
Like-
right. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Because
All right,
that's-
Riddell, who had better
let me stop
talent?
talking.
that's the
Who had
case.
better
then-
talent?
Wait. So let me stop talking.
No, because
So let me
y'all
stop
keep
talking.
talking
Bryce
about
has more talent.
Will Levis. Hold on, y'all keep talking about Will Levis. AR only played 4 damn games or some shit like that. So he
More
should
than
go
that.
over AR too. But you're not going to say that. But Will
I
Levis,
mean-
and he played way better than Bryce, and he's not going to go over him.
Okay, wait.
Thank you.
Wait. Pause. Hold up. First off, the reason why I said I would not bat an eye with AR is because y'all was the one higher on AR than me. But then when I saw him, I was like, oh, okay. Hey, I was wrong. I apologize. I see. So I have a different view on AR because then when I look at AR now, I'm like, oh, if somebody would have picked him second overall, like before the season started, instead of Bryce being there, wouldn't have batted an eye because I was clearly wrong about it, right? Because of the physical talent, all that, and he actually played a lot better than I thought. I thought he was gonna be doo-doo, but hey, he was looking real good.
If he didn't get hurt, he would have had a great year.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, he was looking real good. So shout out him. And I've always admitted I was wrong about AR. But Will Levis, to me, in a redraft, I'm still taking in college tape and stuff. Will Levis did not do enough for me to move into the top 5.
If that's the case, there's no argument for AR to go over Bryce. What the fuck?
I just told you what the argument. I just told you.
There's no argument, bro.
Bro.
If you factor in college tape in the NFL, there is no argument for AR to go over Bryce because Bryce college tape outweighs AR's 4 games, and it's not close. What the wait? This one, the logic doesn't make sense. What you mean?
G-Baby, you going on
because AR to me,
Biggie rule. The guys who passed away, basically, we're comparing it like Tupac and Biggie.
Bro,
we think what they would have been because they died early, but we don't know what they would have been.
Because we don't want to keep it up. But if we're doing a redraft based on what happened this season alone, that nigga's not even going top 15.
You talking about Bryce Young?
Yes, he's not going top 15. He's not.
I mean, so I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I also don't think Will Levis is top 5.
What? How will Bryce go over Will Levis based off this season?
I think Bryce Young is still more talented than Will Levis.
That's not the point.
If I just do this season, if
somebody has clearly a better season, we're talking about a redraft. You would take the dude who had a way better season than that dude.
Whoa.
No. Because Dak Prescott had a better season than Lamar, and I wouldn't take Dak over Lamar.
Is JSN, if we did a redraft with the receivers, is JSN the first receiver off the board?
No.
How? If we want to talk about situations, he went into a bad situation, bad play calling. We know the talent that he is.
Puka
He was
number
the
one.
consistent wide receiver 1.
Puka number 1. If we redraft.
Okay. Yeah, wait. Is he number 2?
But I'm not. But hold up. I'm not falling JSN off the map either. I just said he wouldn't be 1. I just said he wouldn't be 1.
Does JSN go over Tank?
No, probably not.
Does he go over Zay Flowers?
Yes.
He should, but he probably won't in a redraft.
Jordan Addison.
Does he go over Jordan Addison?
No. Jordan Addison got to be a number 1.
And that's him falling off the map.
No, it's not because he'd still. No, it's not. What? It's not falling off the map,
bro.
These guys would still. Bro, I didn't say he fall to the second round. What are you talking about? He'd still go. I'd say he'd still go. I'd say he'd still go over Zay for me. If you're telling me, and I'm doing this redraft, yes, I still think he goes over Rasheed Rice. Yes, I still think he does. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Like I'm not following him off the map. I'm just. The tank should have been a first round pick.
Doesn't make sense for Bryce though. I'm not gonna lie, it don't.
So JSI went from the number 1 receiver to the number 5 receiver. Bryce Young went from the number 1 quarterback to the number 5 quarterback.
Okay, but also too a lot more receivers. There's a lot more receivers than there are quarterbacks getting drafted. So that's
and also
that's not a fair scale to balance.
And there was a quarterback that we all thought was dirt who clearly played better than Bryce. So if we say in the redraft, it's not crazy to say Will Levis goes over Bryce. Because
I didn't say you.
We did think he was going to be dirt, though.
I didn't say it would be crazy. I just wouldn't do it.
If that's so,
because I still don't because of the way I view Will Levis, I still don't think he as good as y'all think he is. I don't.
He doesn't. He played solid this year.
But that's not even talking about quarterbacks. If we redraft, does Bryce go over guys like Devin Witherspoon? Like I was like, Bryce might be he might be 20.
Early we just talking quarterbacks. Early we just talking quarterbacks. I'm not talking about the rest of the positions and all that. I'm just talking about where he would fall on quarterback. If you want to talk about these other positions that came in, yeah, for sure, he's gonna be falling. I think even in the redraft that we had, he ended up going to like 20-something where the Saints were, something like that. So the ones that we did on this show. So yeah, if you add them other positions, and yeah, he's gonna keep falling. I was just talking about where he landed.
Don't be mad at me. So don't be mad at me when you telling me why you don't believe in this guy. He went number 1.
Oh, that's a random thing. I don't
I get it, bro. Y'all not Panthers fan. I actually am Panthers fan. You see me at Panthers game when I was a kid. Like here's the thing, dog. At the end of the day, I know a lot of people like, oh, you're a fake Panthers fan. No, I actually am a Panthers fan. So as much as I talk shit, I watched every game. I had to actually watch every game of this man play because I am a real fan. So I had to take the pain after every game, knowing that we took him number 1 overall. Not only did that, we gave up our number 1 pick this year. to get this man. I mean, to get this man. When a Caleb Williams coming out, and the way you talk about Caleb Williams, you would never talk about Bryce Young, random. So for me, that's a problem for me. When you get a guy that's a number one, when you could have did so much with that pick and did so much, you got something else, moved something here, did something like that. Yes, it's a problem. When you get a guy, you expect him to sell millions of records, and he sells 10,000 records, or he goes double plywood. You damn right, I'm gonna say he's not a good artist.
No,
you damn
but
right,
my
I'm gonna
problem
say
is
get this man out of here.
Early. When you're not giving the organization enough smoke, if you're expecting the guy to sell platinum records, but you gave him a freaking iPhone 7 microphone, and you can't even find him a studio to perform, and his producer was so bad you fired him in the first season. Why am I'm not going to put all that on him.
What you don't know is I know we suck, right? I know we suck. So for me, and this is what I've been saying. If you look back on any press box or any other fields, what I've been saying, when you have a team who doesn't have a lot around the guy in the first place, you don't get the guy who's very limited when it comes to his physical talent and his actually ability to play the quarterback position. You go get a guy like an AR that can freestyle a little bit, do a little bit more. Because you're hoping you get a guy who when everything fails, he can just be athletic.
So early, honestly, I can feel you on that. What you just said, honestly, I can feel you on it. I might not agree with the whole thing, but I can feel you on that. And then Bama, and I'm not gonna take word for word what Bama said, but he kind of makes a good point as well. Because you just said you know y'all suck, right? So in this concept of a redraft, I'm gonna look and I'll be like, okay, Bryce Young was our quarterback. We weren't that good. We're 2-14. I'm gonna look at if I'm gonna redraft a quarterback, I'm gonna pick a quarterback who I feel in the same situation would at the very least be better. AR and CJ, I believe CJ already showed me I can overcome my expectations. And AR, like you just kind of said, the being able to freestyle, AR, the being able to freestyle and all that stuff, I can feel you on that. To the Will Levis thing, I think if Will Levis is on the Panthers, it's the exact same thing. And if that's the case, yes, I think if Will Levis is on the Panthers, it's the exact same thing.
If AR is on the Panthers, it is the same thing.
I literally just said what Early just said. I can feel him on, and that's why. So with the AR thing, yeah, he can freestyle more than Bryce. He can be a physical runner and go get you a first down or whatever. So yeah, in that situation, I can get with that.
Hurt.
What do you mean?
I can get with that. Like I'm talking
getting hurt again.
Like I'm talking about like
AR play solid in that situation.
No, but I think he would be better than Bryce.
You get
hurt. Based off of what Early just said. Based off of what Early just said.
When it comes to these quarterbacks, when it comes to these quarterbacks, we have to realize we got to stop just like we got to stop judging their whole career off of one season. Especially when they're coming off of the first overall pick, we got to give it 1, 2, 3 seasons, and then we can make a judgment. The problem is now because of how great CJ Stroud was, right? Because of how great some of these other rookie quarterbacks were in the past, we expect everyone to do that. But guess what? Jordan Love needed a couple years. Patrick Mahomes needed a year on the bench to learn and then come in. Quarterbacks need time to develop, learn the game, and then play. And especially if you're a first overall pick, at minimum.
I think Mahomes, let's keep it a buck. When Mahomes came out, we ain't think he was going to be this.
I think we pick and choose when we want to start doing that shit.
That's the problem.
I think we pick and choose when we want to, because it took 1 year for everybody to say Zach Wilson was dog shit. It took 1 year. No matter how we feel about him, no matter how what. Yes, no, I want to hear that.
Oh, that's so different.
So different. Yes, brother.
We knew he was trash in college.
No,
he was trash before he got to the league.
Trash, brother. I knew he was trash, brother.
Yeah, so we didn't take his 1 year.
He was trash in college, brother. He was trash in college. I watched Grayson McCall, who is a 8th-year senior now. Grayson McCall outplayed him, brother, head to head.
Goes to Carolina.
Yeah, here's my issue. I'm saying we pick and choose when we want. No matter how we feel about Zach Wilson. And
Zach Wilson had no body of work that warranted him to be the second.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying
that's why we knew he was trash.
Okay, but I'm saying
Coastal Carolina, baby. I watched it.
Give me these let these quarterbacks waste some time. So do that for everybody then.
But
I think the problem is Trent. Let me just throw. I think the problem is Trent is quarterback. The quarterback conversation is based around your hype too coming in. And I think that's the other issue too.
And Bryce had ultimate hype.
Bryce Young had hype coming up.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I didn't say much. I want to get this off.
You're right.
Bryce came in with hype already. You know, he's a Heisman Trophy winner. That comes with its own set of expectations. We all kind of knew, even though some of us felt CJ Stroud should be number 1, there was really a more general consensus that Bryce was going to be the number 1 pick, even if other people deferred to that. because of that, and then you got to also remember, Bryce is an Alabama quarterback off the heels of Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts. Like, you got to really think about all of these things playing factors into your hype coming in. So early, and some other Panthers fans will see that first year and say he's not great. But the thing is, Bryce showed flashes. You can see that there's a different – Bryce clearly not a dumb quarterback. He's in a bad situation. I don't think when I see Bryce out there, I think mentally he don't know how to play NFL football. And when we use Zach Wilson looked like he don't know how to play NFL football.
Most definitely.
And I saw that from the beginning.
Yes.
He looked like he looked like this is overwhelming to him. Like, I'll give you another example. The reason why teams were inquiring about Justin Fields, because despite his flaws, there were teams out there that felt like, yeah, I can work with this. There's a piece of clay here that I can work with and mold. Zach Wilson, you don't see no type of – there's a reason why there's no market for him. There's no market for him. Nobody even wants to – you got to understand, they're not even throwing a 7th round pick for him.
I hear you.
J-Rob, can I add to that? J-Rob, you remember Zach Wilson's first year? They played Urban Meyer and the Jags in London? Bro, this man was throwing swing routes to the running back to the dirt, bro. To the dirt. Like, I'm not consistently the whole game to the dirt.
Even
though sometimes he just looked overwhelmed with the game. And the thing is, I'm not saying that he can't go on a board. This is what you got to understand. You can go on a board in film room with your coach, and they can say, Zach, what's your read here? He'll say, Coach, I got this. If I don't got this, it's 3, 2, 1 here. If it's not open, check it to the flat or do the check down. But when the game comes and there's a live rush at him, that shit go out the window.
But watch this. I'm being nasty.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. To go to Bryce Young's point, let me ask you this.
I'm being nasty.
Even though the shit that you said about Zach Wilson, which I 100% feel you on that, you don't think Bryce Young had that same thing, like what the fuck moments, hella times this season? Like
what I'm saying is, I do think he had. I do think he had what the F moments, but I also don't think at Carolina he looked like he was just completely overwhelmed by the game of football.
A lot of times,
and that's
Rod.
I'm gonna be honest. Say what you want, but for a 5'10" quarterback, 5'11" quarterback to still have a quiet drop back when he gets the football, and even though all the reads don't be there, he don't seem like he's shaky to me. From me watching the game, from my perspective, he looked like that he's in a situation where things around him aren't great, and he's trying to figure it out through that, and it's gonna look bad. Zach looked more. I think
it's different with Zach.
Let's do this though. Let's take his name out of here, right? I'm gonna do this right. You guys are all GMs, right? Let's have some fun. Let's take his name off. Let's just go like this. I'm gonna tell you, I got a 5'10" quarterback, right? He's 198 pounds. Okay, he hasn't had the strongest arm. He ain't that fast, but he is pretty improv in the pocket. Makes pretty good reads. Okay, you go, well, where he come from? Now he did get a Heisman. And he did get that championship, but he played for a historic franchise. But when that historic franchise didn't have as much talent around him, he kind of had a down season.
Thank you, Trent. I hate it. I hate that. Thank you, Trent.
No.
Thank you. Yes, Trent. Do not bail him out. Do not bail him out.
Bryce defense about Alabama quarterbacks that he overcome. His 2021 season, okay, I can hear you. You had Jameson Williams, John Mechie. You had dogs. That next season. Do you, Maryland? Do you not know?
Boo. You're about to
No. Watch. I'm about to explain why.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
You're going to hear this.
It's Alabama.
Hear me out.
Still Alabama, though.
Hear what I'm about to say. The last time
you're about to be nasty.
Had a receiver that went under 700 yards was 2011. They literally had.
Oh my!
Compared
to the rest of the country. Compared to the rest of the country.
But are you getting that quarterback? All I'm saying, I explained that quarterback to you.
Come on, Alabama.
Compared to the rest of the country,
acting like Alabama was a last.
They had Bryce Young carry job. We're not about to do this with 2022.
Alabama. Oh no, I'm not saying he didn't do his thing.
You had no weapons besides Jameer.
That's not my point, y'all. What I'm saying is, we're not gonna give They lost. It's just they lost. I'm not about to say Bryce didn't have this, but it's Alabama, gang. It's Alabama,
You
gang.
know why I don't want to hear that from you, J-Rob?
Why? I don't. You gonna say I do it for Ohio State?
I know you, bro.
Yes,
I know you. Hold on, J-Rob. I'm telling you right. I swear to God, I know you, bro. If CJ Stroud went into a situation where he had no receivers and no play and was still
my nigga, I did. He did. When they played Georgia, Marv got hurt towards the back end of the game.
You're talking about one game. I'm talking about a whole season game. I'm talking
But
about
can y'all name me the quarterback? Wait, can y'all name me the quarterback? He got you. Can we look at history though? Can you name me the quarterback under
they're nasty. No, all I'm saying is that I like what Bryce Young did. I like Bryce Young. Remember, I picked the fucking.
But can you name me the quarterback under 6 foot who was productive in the NFL in history that wasn't fast?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson was fast. And Drew Brees was 6 foot. He was 6 foot. Y'all keep saying that shit like he was little.
Man, he was probably 5 and 10. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here.
He's 6 foot in cleats.
All I'm saying is Bryce Young. No, what I want to say though, Bryce Young.
5'10" in cleats.
I think Bryce Young is nice.
Bro, that's his age.
I'm good with him. I think he's dead nice.
People forget Kyler Murray is they got wheels.
My whole gripe, what you're saying, has nothing to do with Bryce carrying Bama. More has to do about college football and Alabama as a university. You feel me? That's more my beef for Alabama, not about Bryce. I think Bryce.
But then who is CJ and Will Levis if they play for Alabama? Because I think Will Levis better than Mac Jones.
Well, with that being said, Chad,
I think
in college,
I think he's a better quarterback. I think if he plays for Alabama, he will be better than Mac Jones.
In college,
we out of here. We out.
In college, you thought he was a better quarterback in college?
No. What I said was, I thought if he played for the Alabama,
he would look better than Mac Jones did. That's what you're saying?
I'm not gonna hold you. So wait. Okay, watch it. I got a question for early.
I don't know that they did have hella weapons.
Yeah, I know. I have a question for early. So do you think? Because I'm gonna say max stats after I ask you this question. Do you think that Will Levis is gonna throw for basically 45, 46 TDs and 2 picks the whole year?
I think with that roster, I think Will Levis does 40 TDs and at least between 5 and 10 picks.
Because Mac was 40-3.
No, I know.
I don't think Will's doing 40.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Mac Alabama. Yeah, I gotta give him credit.
But because Will was like 27 with Kentucky.
Yeah, but also he was also top in interceptions both years at Kentucky.
Yeah, like
he's a gunslinger.
It wasn't like
he was a gunslinger, bro. He was slinging that.
But can we be real, y'all? Did we watch Mac Jones play? The receivers wide the fuck open, y'all.
Yeah,
come on, y'all.
We agree. You know, it is what it is.
Hey, I don't like that. Okay, so early. Let me ask you this final question.
Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. We have a super chat. 7 AFC playoff teams. Name them.
Next week.
Let's not forget how Manning performed year one, and then
crazy.
Good. And CJ couldn't make Jonathan Mingo look good. All right, go ahead.
Early.
G baby.
If Zach Wilson was on that Alabama team, what would he do?
38 and 4,000.
Before he answers, Zach Wilson
probably like 7 touchdowns.
27 TDs and 3 picks at BYU.
Yeah, he would have had a good season, bro. They would have stacked the deck.
Earlier muted.
And it was a COVID.
I'm sorry, guys have came and gone for Alabama. The Stetson Benz, the
33 and 3.
But like it's been so many guys who have come and gone for Alabama who were dirt trash. AJ McCarron, fucking Mac Jones, like y'all, and we believe because they had what they had. And we talk about pre-NIL. You telling me Will Levis wouldn't look good in that? You telling me CJ Stroud wouldn't have 8 up in Alabama?
I'm not CJ Stroud in that 2020 Bama squad. Oh my god,
super natty. Nah, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad he didn't put that Alabama uniform on. But with that being said, y'all, this is our show for today. See y'all on Thursday for an episode of Open Field. That money is still on the line, man. If you want to go win that money on Open Field this Thursday, come bring your takes, bring your debates. 3 rounds. First to 2 wins, you get a bag.
Don't let J-Rob bully you so y'all don't get no money again.
It ain't about bullying nobody. I just want
came up at what? He came up.
Nah, we need to bring it back for real.
I just want y'all to understand that. I just want to see quality content up here. I don't want to see bad debates and choke jobs. That's all. You just not
bring it back. It forces you to step your game up. Bring back.
Hey, G baby, make sure you call Grant, man. Call your fellow Saints fan. We need him to be on his best.